Snorlax taint right in the face.
So check it out and see what it looks like.
Like it.
Hey, I did it. I found it correct.
Maybe it'll load. All right, there we go. It'll load.
I don't see anything.
Refresh your screen.
All right, there we go.
That's additional work.
That's right. That's additional work. See this intro screen with everybody shit on it? And then bot with his little... See,
Watch this intro. The advertisement.
That's right.
Really fucking loud.
Oh.
For Lineage and app.
What are you whining about?
It's me!
There's
Advertisements.
No, Hans is acting like his little intros or...
No, I wanted
I'm
you to
about it.
recognize. See, I put there's a little space for you to put your,
No, I saw it. I saw it on your other video. Yeah, where you have like the YouTube and...
It looks
Twitch
like a
and...
coaster. I want it. I want coasters of these things now. That would be awesome. How awesome would it be to have D&D coasters of us?
Yep.
That'd be so cool.
I don't really use coasters.
I use coasters all the time because I have just like
I should.
everything
I'm
in my
just
room.
a heathen.
And I don't want to fuck up the wood.
That's all right. I'm as much of a heathen. I never use.
I have to use coasters. Well, I don't need to use a coaster because I have the big tumblers. I have these. And they don't sweat. Like, that's the whole point of them.
So that came out okay.
Yeah.
My computer seems to be dropping frames, though. I might have to optimize a little bit.
You probably have to change your
Bitrate?
output. Yeah, your bit rate. It's probably at like 3,300.
I know the
or
lingo.
more. Probably lower it to like 1,800. Work just fine.
They usually have like a recommended bitrate.
So,
Man, you zoomed way in on me on yours. I'm like never in camera.
yeah, it's probably needs to be adjusted, but that was taking a long time. Well, you're like the large picture in the middle, so it's all going to be broke as soon as somebody leaves the chat. So this needs some work.
See, what you need to do is you need to put David.
How do you change the
so
bit
he's
rate?
the second person on there. So then David's picture won't matter.
So you can't do it while you're
because
streaming, but
fancy one.
it's in settings.
Yeah, you would need to close your stream,
output
fix it,
and
put it back on.
video bit rate. Mine's at 1,800.
Mine's at 942.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Well, maybe that's not it then.
It's probably okay. Seems to be okay.
I've dropped a couple frames, 0.6%.
Okay. So, well, I'm also recording too. I was going to try to record it if I could. It's probably not helping. Anyway, this is good enough for now. So, oh god, I can't watch the stream picture. That's really disturbing. It's like way behind and I can't.
Yeah.
I started to settle down to talk and I was like, I see Heather's mouth move. What's going on? Okay, I just can't look at the pictures. I need another monitor. That's what I really
You already have 5
Yeah,
viewers. You've got more viewers than I do.
Yeah.
I
It's
just
probably
turned
all
them
of you
both off
guys.
for the moment. Yeah.
So,
I have bot output as well.
and we do
Yeah,
have
that's
David
fine.
here, I believe. He's just muted.
Yep.
So we
I'm
return, rejoining the group. making their way and finding their way in the city of tastes, Terrafex City.
The world
Uh,
today takes everything to
Would you like to get away?
Holy,
and that's why you're not the bard.
that is not the bard.
This massive city, bigger than most of you have ever been to or spent any serious time in. But you have come into, or at least you believe you will be coming into, the possession of an inn and are beginning to get it outfitted with some additional furniture, turning the former innkeeper who was still living there probably into an employee, one Dontar Fen, who seems a little bit, a few marbles loose, has been seeking for many years, tearing the place up, seeking a treasure promised to him by one Lady Greenkelp, but telling her that you slayed the hag Greenkelp. He seems to be coming around to his senses a little bit and is helping you get the place in order. There was beginning to spend some of your treasure that you've amassed journeying to the Kaliarn Islands. So I think you purchased some weapons and some new clothing, and you have quite a bit more treasure to figure out how to sell probably still while you're here. While part of the group was out shopping and getting some information as you were seeking and trying to find the sodality of ancient descent, which you're not exactly sure what it even is, Zig took one of the crew, the gnome rogue Sharpbait, to get the lay of the land around the area and maybe hunt down some of the local thieves as
Down an elf with
as Captain Verst's pouch was pickpocketed outside the inn. They explored the area around the Narrows and then came back to the inn and began searching around in that area when at the mouth of the alley they were exploring, they'd found some markings of different thieves in the area, trying to get an idea of who was around. And as they were in some back alleys in the Levy Ward, three figures have stepped out in front of you. They're
volunteering to have their legs broken.
Yeah, there's three men. They are wearing sort of semi-ordinary clothes, but just a little bit haggard, kind of thuggish looking, and they stepped into the front of the alley in front of you. Let's see. So I'd have to do this here. Interesting. So that's going to be a problem. Sorry.
This is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way this looks. I'm about
Apparently, one of those guys is on a roof.
Nah, he's under the overhang of the building there.
Just being an ass.
Oh shit! I don't have my overlays. Not my overlays. Fucking my lists. This is our 48th session. If you were
Nice.
wondering.
That's quite a few.
It's a lot.
Sorry, I'm checking on something to see if something else worked.
You're good. Yeah, what I do now is I put up my notepad so I can write my notes, and then I have my treasure notepad.
Volunteering to have their legs
Whenever I
broken.
need to adjust gold.
Yeah, there's three men.
Or if we get anything that we could possibly sell. Any like important loot.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna.
That's where I put it.
I'm just gonna ignore it and see what we
Got a lot
get.
to do with
The stream is like way behind. It should be transitioning to the map scene, so I wanted to see if it was, but it's like way behind. So these three men step out in the alley, and one sort of pulls out a knife. Oi, find out what you're looking for?
No, unless you're hiding an elf behind you. I mean, you do look like a woman, but you're not the one that I'm looking for. So
Just sort of regular thief-looking guys with some long knives, short swords, and things. You don't look like no woman. Why don't you drop those fat purses you got?
why don't you volunteer to have your knees point the other direction? Because that's what you're doing right now. You want your knees to point the other direction? Come take the purse.
They kind of exchange glances between themselves. All right, then. Have it your way. And they kind of back off a bit. And then sort of disappear around the corners. This one's standing there for a minute. And then he sort of disappears as well around the corner.
Zig didn't get to fight.
Oh no, they'll show up.
They're gonna get ambushed somewhere else.
Maybe we should look for a way out of here.
Sit down and wait. Why would we do that? These guys are gonna come try to take my fat purse.
Which is already
Like,
so it's
So
like-
we're just going to wait
Yeah.
here for them to come back?
You want to walk down a dark alley while they're waiting in some corner to jump us? Yeah, let's go.
Walk through the alley of the
Alley
shadow
of
of death. Exactly.
You lead the way, Sharkbait. I'll be right behind you.
Oh man.
So are you like kind of setting up and looking like you're just going to lean on something and get comfortable?
Yep.
Okay. Sharkbait will move back behind some of these boxes and barrels a little bit. And he can sort of, he's not actually that far back with his little gnome, body. He can sort of wiggles in between some small gaps in there in the shadows. And a couple minutes pass by. You're just whistling a tune.
Yep. Come on. Show up here.
One of the guys comes back around the front. He sort of looks both directions down the street and then draws out. Let's see what kind of weapons these guys have.
Clever girl.
Draws out a short sword. And he starts sort of slowly making his way down there. It's about there. You ain't so smart, are you? Come nosing around our territory and then slink off back here. Think we won't come looking for you?
Man, if
Slink
only I was
off.
there.
I haven't slinked anywhere. Say, have you seen a half elf about yay tall with black hair and dark skin woman? She owes me.
There's plenty of whorehouses just across the way. But you ain't going to have no coin
Nah.
for it. He kind of takes another step forward, still with a gap between you. sort of
That's a high roll. Of course.
kind of eyes you over and keeps about a good bit of distance there, kind of gauging this huge long spiked pole arm on your strapped to your back as well. So hand it over. Just don't make this difficult.
Sure.
I hand it over.
I thought you said ham.
Did you use your hand X on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chuck it at his head.
Okay. Let's roll initiative. I'll let you have the first. Where's my turn order here?
Awesome.
Yeah, but you get a reroll because turn order wasn't up yet. You're lucky.
Hooray.
Plus, I was gonna say, plus even so, you attacked before thing, so you would still be
Hello,
ahead.
Harambe.
Yeah. And
Probably has higher dex than me, so. Wow, shark bait's like, I got this.
okay, go ahead and so you throw Hanf.
Yep.
Your trusty hand axe that's all notched, is all nicked and sort of stained with blood from the severing of many monster heads. Whirls end over end and just chunks him in the shoulder. Go ahead and roll damage.
9.
Ooh, ouch. Sort of hand axe, he cuts through his cloak on his shoulder, and you can see he's got like some tough leather armor on, sort of underneath. And then,
Now, why don't you give me your purse, little lady?
let's see here. Shark bait, then. Let's see. Shark bait. Okay. Shark bait doesn't come out from behind the crates where you saw him disappear. And then this guy.
Afraid of the other two guys.
You're going for one of your weapons, I assume. You hurl your hand axe and you sort of stand there deciding what you're gonna pull out. This guy lunges at you with the short sword. What did I not make? Oh man, I didn't make things for them. Whoa, why am I rolling 2 dice?
Jeebus.
25 is pretty high.
Yeah, but I don't know why it's rolling. Oh my god.
It was rolling with advantage.
It is. For some reason it set
A lot,
no
advantage. I was gonna say a lot of people do it that way, just so that way you don't have to.
Yeah,
I don't do it.
I don't like. Yeah, it's just me. I don't like to. But yeah, I had the sheet set to advantage. So the first one's a 10, and that's a miss. You lunges out of the short sword and just the sound of metal as it just scrapes along your midsection. Your adamantine armor is just not even even close to penetrating. He sort of takes a step back, looking a little worried in his eyes. Maybe that wasn't the best idea.
Hold on. We're not done yet.
Oh, you gonna riposte?
Riposte?
Oh wait, I gotta roll the D8.
Oh, this guy's gonna have a bad
So I think
time.
I haven't used the blazing gar yet. It doesn't have any blood on it. I need to rectify that.
We some.
need some.
Get some.
All right, so that's turn order. Needs
Come
to
get
go put out of the screen. Sorry. Oh. Okay. So you sort of slowly are like going for your weapon, but you know, had one hand ready on it as he misses the short sword, glances off your armor. It's easily out with the gar down in front of his arm, sort of yanking his arm back, and you just with your other hand bring the blade of the huge spear down right on top of his shoulder where you just hit him with the hand axe. So that is 21 damage.
21.
It just chunks into the shoulder that was already slightly bruised and bloody from the hand axe, and just blood sprays out and takes a huge hit. It sinks deep in. You can know you've cut tendons. Okay, so that was your riposte, right?
Yep. Now let the other two come out of the woodwork.
Yep.
Maybe they run away because they see I just cut a guy's arm off.
Basically.
So one from behind you, you're not really seeing because it's behind you, but one comes out of the dark alley behind you, running down, and he gets to about there. A doorway across the way opens up, and the other one comes out, flanking behind you for an attack.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
You're engaged.
With advantage, definitely.
Oh yeah, that's not a damage. Now I've done it backwards. I forgot how to play D&D.
Well, that one does hit.
Is an 18 a hit?
Yep.
Okay.
I have 18 armor class.
Okay. Because he's behind you, coming out behind you, he gets advantage. And puts a blade into your back. Hello, clicky. 7, but it's also, in addition to that,
Thanks a lot, gnome.
I was gonna
Holy
say, where's the
shit.
little helper boy?
so 23 points of damage because it's a sneak attack from behind. Blade, he just comes up behind you. Blade finds just a seam in your armor, and it doesn't, really dig deep into you, but finds enough that you can feel some warm blood as he gets a cut in from behind.
Son of a bitch.
At that point, this other guy who's also rushing up behind you, holding his turn.
Huzzah.
Shark bait comes out. And what do you get with this? How much is sneak attack for a level 2 rogue? 2d6? 2d6? Remember, Andrew?
Oh shit! I can check real quick. It's
I'm
right
looking it
here.
up, too.
I think it was. No. I think it was just one. It doesn't. It
It's only
changes
1d6.
like every 4.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just one.
I'm checking.
He's low level. But he
You
comes
said
up behind
level
this.
2?
Yeah.
It's level 2, yeah.
Yeah, it's 1d6.
Yeah. So as the other one's rushing down the alley, this gnome blazes out from the shadows behind and takes his rapier and just nails the guy across the back of the leg, trying to hamstring him. Doesn't totally hamstring him, but the back of his leg is cut, and he turns and faces him, gripping it with his other hand, blood flowing freely. And then Zig, it is now your turn.
Now I'm irritated.
Rolling high on them. Rolling high on that superiority die, and
I feel
gonna
sorry.
have a bad
So-
time.
Good color tonight.
This is the guy that stabbed me in the back.
Okay.
Attack.
Tonight.
I'm spinning around and basically just smashing him into these crates back here with the pushing attack.
Okay. Make sure you get your...
Yeah,
Okay, you got it.
One more. Yeah, I think it adds it automatically.
Did you
to
have
the-
like
Does
a
it have
brutal...
fire
Don't you have like a
damage?
brutal critical thing that gives you another dice? on
Yeah,
criticals?
hold on. But it rolled 3 there. Savage attacks. When you score, you can roll one of the weapon's damage dice an additional time and add it to the extra damage of the critical hit. So I guess I... Didn't it roll 3 there?
Yep.
It looks like 3.
It did on the screen, but in the chat, it only shows the 2.
7 plus 10, yeah. Okay, well, whatever.
Nice
lot.
rolls tonight.
27 points of damage.
Ooh.
Plus 8. 27 plus 8.
Jesus
35.
Christ.
35 points of damage.
Because
So,
he did the superiority
wow.
already done.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
spinning, you turn with the blazing gar, turn on the guy, and just first just shove him back into the crates where he smashes against it, and then just drive the spike down into his chest, just barely avoiding, like just piercing right into his heart, but just leaves a huge gash across his chest, and he's shouting in pain. It was just a massive hit. And he's smashed sort of half against the box, his blood just covering his front. That was your first attack?
That was my first attack. Now, trip attack on this guy.
The other guy? Okay.
The one-armed guy. Only 15 damage.
Yeah, he's already taken quite a bit. And he gets a strength save. Strength save, right?
Yeah. Yep, strength saving throw. Has to get 14, I think.
Clicked it. Is it coming? There it is.
There it is.
Oh, I need it.
So you spin around to him again, and then just swipe for the legs with the gar now in one fluid motion, coming around the blade, making contact with his shins, and you can feel it grind bone. And he sort of stumbles aside, but manages to stay afoot. He is stumbling, though, even besides not being knocked prone. Blood gushing from his shoulder, and then his leg.
No, action surge.
Okay.
You done goofed, boy.
Same guy.
Okay.
He's not going to give him
Where are you striking him with the gar this time?
Let's just skewer him.
All right. Then stumbling there, just kind of standing, you just reel back and just run the gar right through his belly. You can see the blood, the blade erupting out the back of his back, and he's dead.
Kick him off. Kick him off it.
Whirl him around, throw him onto the other guy while I hit him.
Okay.
Because I'm not done yet. Oh, I might be.
Yeah. You whirl around and he doesn't come free, and you kind of slam the body over to the crates near him, but then reach the guard free, but weren't able to like get off a good attack as it was body was stuck on it. Kick it free.
This is why I use hammers.
All right, that's quite a turn. Shark bait.
Ooh-ha-ha.
Shark bait, where are you? There you are. Ooh.
Clickbait never fails on these.
You certainly are most reliable for damage when
You'll
it comes
hit.
to crewmates.
Might not hit a lot for a lot, but he'll hit.
Yeah. The guy turning around to face him, Sharkbait flashes out again, just sort of a short shadow in the darkness back there of the alleyways.
What did I get from that guy, by the way?
Oh, yeah,
What happened?
the
necklace.
blood amulet begins to glow. That's a good question.
What level was he?
Well, it's not
Something like
it's not a per level, it's a per challenge rating, which as a leveled person he doesn't have a challenge rating, so let's say 3 in addition to that. So, because it's not just like level is equal to challenge rating.
Oh no, I know that. I was just saying because a lot of times there's ways to sort of equate it.
Yeah,
if you
it's.
find sort of a
I'm
similar
thinking.
thing in
I'm
the,
thinking challenge rating
TMG.
is less than his actual level, but. So you get 6 temporary hit points.
Okay.
All right.
Noted.
Sharkbait slashes at that guy. So this guy returns attacks to on Sharkbait.
Just a couple of dudes stabbing each other, no big deal.
He misses.
Sharkbait's got
Oh,
more
wait a
than
minute.
14.
Actually,
Damn.
no. Is that true? No, he doesn't, actually. He doesn't have more. Well, does he? That's actually...
It's that
What is... Hold on. I
No,
feel
it's
like that's
13.
a messed up. Hold on. Yeah, I think that's a...
Depending
Yeah,
on if he has
but it's-
armor,
But yeah, he has leather armor. Well, no, yeah.
then it would only be 14,
Maybe
so
he
it still
doesn't.
hits.
Maybe he doesn't have any armor. I guess he doesn't have any armor.
I was gonna say I don't.
If it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
leather, it's 14.
Yeah, he doesn't have any armor.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I figured.
Yeah. Come here, you little bastard! You fucked with the wrong people. Stilettos are gonna gut you. And he takes 7 damage.
Hopefully he's not dead yet.
No, he's not.
No, you can take 7.
He takes a vicious blow like across
He's the sturdy little bastard.
across his back as he's sort of darting away. It's like our back arches, it stings, but he's not. He's above half. Also,
Please tell me more showed up. Yes.
from the rooftops, another one with a short bow fires an arrow down at you and just like think into the side of the wooden crates and stuff, missing you, and you just kind of glance up at him and growl.
Bad move, asshole.
Okay. And then finally this guy here still has to attack you.
The guy with the cut open
Smashed
chest.
against the thing, yeah. Just thrusts himself off the barrels and swings and just, slams against your armor, bruising you slightly for 5 more points, but not real effective.
Taking out my shield, you jerk.
All right. Zig,
My
it is
turn
your
again?
turn, yeah.
Let the murder continue.
Yarp.
Murder hobo.
Murder
Another pushing
hobo.
attack. This time I'm gonna send him into this other guy.
Okay. So is that your last superiority dice? No, you have 5 now, don't
Got
you?
one more yet. So 16 points of damage.
Okay.
Don't know. I think he gets to make a strength save if he wants to not get thrown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's against your thing. Didn't we say it's like 13 or 14? I can't
Sorry,
remember.
I was
Gotta get
using
14 or
The
higher.
save, yeah.
uncanny dodge on you and doing that math. However, his save is not successful. So he manages to duck and weave and again avoid some of the damage, but still catches the crossbar of your glaive as you then just push him, like run forward and like throw him off and crashes into this other guy over here, and then spills to his feet in the alleyway or spills to the ground. Does he get knocked down? The pushing attack or just push back?
No.
No.
No, it's just a pushback. He didn't
Get
do
up.
the.
He sort of
away from
stays
you.
on his feet, but yeah, he pushed him away from you, and then, and actually at that distance, you can still attack him next round with the glaive. You sort of lower the point of the glaive, and now you've got him at the end of the reach. That thing has a reach property, so you can attack people 10 feet away, or up,
And I'm gonna attack him again.
yeah.
Pulling a Trinity. Dodge this.
Yeah. Can't uncanny dodge that again. At the end, he's like, he kind of smiles like he's out of reach, and then you lower the glaive out, and it's like just right there. And he's like, and just like slash it right across his belly, leaving a huge red gash. All right, and that's both your attacks.
Yep.
All right, shark bait, wounded. Shark bait. Shark bait is going to disengage and move back.
Damn right he is.
He disengages and moves back there. The other guy sort of gets smashed into the guy in front of him, and he turned around for a second, and he used that opportunity to dart back around the corner. I will, for the sake of being correct, there it is. And he's going to hide back there.
Bastard.
All right. Disappears around the corner. All right. Wow. This guy was...
You don't get your money if you leave me to die.
All right. You don't think he's leaving you.
No, I know.
These guys now turn. Let the little rascal go. Get this fucking animal off me. He turns and then he pushes up to attack you there. So he's going to have a normal attack.
Better hit.
Hits you with his short sword. For 8 points. Yeah, so he steps up and like jabs you, just another nick, just barely penetrating the armor and your magical shielding, and just still not really like a good stab yet, but just penetrating enough. Seeing that opportunity, this guy circles around from this side to try to get a sneak attack on you since you're engaged with somebody else.
God damn it. Now here comes all the damage.
Whoa. 26 points?
I still have 8
That's
hit
a
points.
lot.
I'm still alive.
Both of these guys in front of you, especially the one on the right that just jumps up. This time it does find the chink in your armor, and the blade slides through, and you can feel it into your side. Deep in, you can feel it. Just in the part where the breastplate lashes together with the back part. He is very wounded. He's got blood all over him. All right. Zig, it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to use my potion of greater life.
Okay.
I think I have 2 of them, actually. but-
Okay.
Yeah, you should have 2. Mel, you should have 1, and
I've got
should
2.
have 1.
I don't know
have
how
But
that
I'm
one.
works.
saying, no, I'm saying you should have 1 more from the stack he gave us when we left the Pharaoh's Tower, the ones that Reginald gave, because I said you 3 should probably be the ones to have them.
Gotcha. Oh, what was that?
It's a greater
Potion of
heal.
Greater Life. Okay, greater heal.
I have a potion of healing and a potion of greater.
What do I need to roll for
I
it?
believe those are 44 plus 4.
That sounds right.
Okay, we can't be all critical role and ask every time.
No, that's okay. I don't have it right in front of me. I probably should.
No, they yeah, I was gonna say they ask all the time because they never remember that shit.
I printed out a whole bunch of charts and have them like nearby for myself, but so you get there you go. That does take your action. You still have a bonus action.
One.
So you sort of turn to get both of them in cover for you. Sort of swinging the glade with one arm, pulling it free, and popping the cork and downing the swirling red liquid. It sort of feels warm, almost like a warm shot of whiskey going down, except no burning. Maybe brandy.
Now, does that take... That takes my attack?
Takes your
or...
action. Yeah, it takes all your attacks. Takes your
Oh,
action.
shit. Okay.
But you still have bonus action.
I think I can use Jaguar's Maw for the bonus action. The heal on that.
Let's take a look. Because I don't remember.
I thought that
It's
was
an action.
bonus. Okay.
Because it's basically a
shit.
cure wound spell.
Yep. I've got nothing I can do then. Sit here and die.
Okay.
You can bonus action attack, can't you?
Not
You
a
get one
not
attack
if
with
the
your
action-
bonus.
I don't think so. I get 2 attacks normal for my normal action. If that took up all my action, then I don't.
Yeah, no,
You
that's
could only-
action is
Action
both
to
your
attack,
attacks. It's not
right?
an attack, it's an action.
No, I was gonna say only maybe the hand axe he could, depending on what the
Yeah, with
The
the
thing is,
offhand,
but you wouldn't
offhand
get-
attack. Yeah.
but you wouldn't get the plus
Plus
the hit.
whatever bonus.
If
So you would have to
you still
roll.
have your reaction as well
know.
for a riposte if somebody misses. Yeah. But that's it. Really, it for the turn, actually. So actually, that's not really. It doesn't really matter because they've already gone. So, you're done.
Yeah, I've got nothing
Okay.
else I can do. I can't move away from these guys, or else they get
All right.
another sneak attack. So
Shark bait returns back down. You can see the small form darting in from back around the corner.
Wait,
Kneeling.
Bot. Your second wind. Can't you do that as a bonus?
Second wind.
second wind is when I get knocked down, though.
No, it's not.
No, that's
What is the orcish-
That's a different thing.
No,
that's
you're
your
Oh,
Or
no,
the orcish
second wind
thing.
is what
it's
is
the heal. It's
Yeah,
something
that's
plus
right,
your fighter
right.
class or something like that.
Yeah. You're right.
Second wind is bonus action.
1d10 plus your fighter level.
But it is a bonus
All right,
action.
yeah.
That's what I thought.
So 1d10 plus 7.
I was trying to think of something. I'm like, oh, doesn't he have something?
That's what I thought he had that, but
So
Oh,
14.
So
7.
but DM
That's,
bias.
hey, that's something.
Yeah, then
So 7 plus 7, you get 14 additional 14 back.
It's good.
crawling my way back to half-life.
Making my way back to you, bro.
You have like
All right.
3 Eldax attacking you, plus another guy popping shots.
It's true. You're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Need to get it down to 1 Eldak, then I'll be all right. But
Yeah.
Hey, at least
oh,
this guy's
that
hitting.
hung around forever. Shark bait again, comes back out of the alley where he went and hid, and then comes back up with a jab of his scimitar from behind on the guy on the edge there. Plus an additional one of these. Eh.
oh well.
All right. Ah!
5.
God damn you, little fucker! On their turn, you can hear the guy on the roof shouting something. He's, we gotta get out of here! It's kind of muffled or whatever, and he sort of, disappears back across the roof, the peak of the roof where you can't see. Let's see. The guy that's on your right is hellbent on attacking you. You have wounded him badly and killed his friend, so he is going to go for you for sure. Takes his scimitar out, one hand sort of gripping his wounded chest.
Bad luck,
Stilettos
boyo.
are gonna leave you in an alley. I'm like, just tries to stab you, misses with a 10. Ching! Oh shit!
18 points of damage back
Wow.
at him.
Uncanny dodge. All right. You like we're gonna we gotta leave you in an alley. He tries to stab you and misses, and then you just bring the thing up and cleave him, and he's like just barely alive. There's blood everywhere. It kind of slashed across the side of his face, even. Ouch. This other guy.
At his head.
Sharkbait or you? I think you. Guy, giant, scary skeleton guy in the armor. He's like swatting it behind him and trying to keep. He knows that Sharkbait's behind him, but you're just cutting through them.
There's just a giant shadow over him. He's like, yeah, I should probably do that.
But the distraction of it, just like trying, and the short sword just clatters off your armor.
My turn.
Yes, it is.
Damn it. Swing and a miss.
Okay. Oh, which one? The one on your right?
The one that's almost dead.
Yeah. You sort of swing, and he just sort of dodges back one hand. He actually just drops his short sword. He's got one hand across his belly, one hand on his chin. He's backing up and dodging it.
I'm aiming at
through
his
the
neck,
air,
by
and
the
then
way.
on the
His-
backswing again. Then you make contact,
His head's coming.
and it hits him right in the neck, and doesn't sever his whole head, but just like several inches deep into the neck, right across the front, and whatever blood just comes pouring out in a gory mess. All right, you still have
My
attack.
hit point.
Yep.
No, I don't.
Oh, that's right. He's missed. Okay.
That's 5 then. 3 additional for
Yep.
them too, or
Yep.
just the main other
Yep,
guy?
yep.
Okay.
Shark bait.
Get him, shark bait.
Yeah, shark bait doesn't let off the attack now.
No.
But as the guy sort
But
of,
he should have.
as the guy swung and missed with his sword on you, and he stumbled back and he was swatting back, and he just sort of stumbles backwards into shark bait, just crashing him into the boxes, and he just swings wildly with his scimitar, missing. Their turn. You see this guy like running down across the front of the alley, like headed down this way. Runs around like from wherever he came down from up there and is running.
Yeah.
This other guy attacks you. Come on now. Faster. Short sword. He can't really get away. And he can't really hit you either. Crying. God damn it. Just slamming across the adamantine armor. You still look super imposing and almost look unhurt from the outside eye, except inside your side, you can just feel warm blood all running all the way down your leg, inside your, the leg of your armor. Zigversk. All right. That is a hit.
That a hit?
Yep.
All right. 8, and then nope.
8.
Swing and a miss.
Uncanny dodge on that shit. And then he kind of just bends with the blow a little bit. And then you swing again, and it like stucks and gets the head embedded in some of the broken crates. You can use your bonus action, just rip it free.
Nope, I'm just dropping it.
Dropping it. Drop the gar. Out comes the hammer.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Get him off me, Zeke! God damn it, finish him! Shark bait swings again. Actually, safe for flare effect. He down on the thing. He pulls his boot dagger out and just reaches on the front, jabs it into him. And no
The
uncanny
dude
dodge.
just doesn't miss. Doesn't miss. He's had one miss, and everything else has been
this little arm.
20.
He just sees pinned back behind him on the crates.
That's the thing. He's on the reliable.
Boot knife comes out, and just right around and just stabbing him into the belly.
Fucking shark bait's the man.
Well, sure, it's because he has to compensate for Clever. Clever is never hit anything.
Is a potato?
Has almost died several times.
Clever has missed every one of his crossbow attacks. I think every single one of them.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. Take that roll back. He's not going to do that. He's going to disengage. He's going to use his action to disengage and rush away down the alley. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that would be his action, so he can't dash too.
That's unfortunate for him.
Okay. It is your turn.
Not quite far enough, kid.
Well, that's a hit.
Ka-chunk.
Ugh, uncanny dodge.
Ka-chunk.
Okay. Where'd I say that guy? He was over there. Okay. So this one, you just come up from the back and just, and then whack. Several blows of the hammer just leaves him sprawled onto the cobblestones, dead. As you're finishing that guy off, this other guy comes rushing back. Except he sort of, it's like he was running one way, looking away. Now he's like running from something else. And he sort of turns and looks, sees this, and then just keeps running this way. Sharkbait pushes the crates and everything off and sort of gets up and joins you by your side, clutching a wound on his back a little bit. Gathered up his scimitar and sheathed it. He's by your side now.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab the Gar. I'm gonna tell him, you better sheath everything. I have a feeling the constabulary is coming.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to explain what happened here. Grab the Gar, put it on my back, and put this on my back.
Hey,
What the hell is that?
You grab the Gar up off the ground and everything, but what comes around the alleyway is two more men in. They sort of have long cloaks and bluish hoods. They're not constabulary.
Nope. They're ninjas. Great.
Well, they
Just
look.
what we
Yeah, they
needed.
have like blue cloaks with their hoods up.
But they're good ninjas, so you're all right.
And they come by the edge. They look like they're stalking downward after whatever the guy that ran, but then they stop and take a look that way. Actually, is that where I want? Yeah, that's it. All right, that's it. They glance at you for a second, and then they kind of look over the scene, and they're like, well, let's get this last one. And they start like picking up the pace and like rushing down this way. Do you follow them, or do you? Your
Okay.
move.
Yeah.
It's up to you. I mean, they've taken off down the alley that way. This is more of a frontage street more than an alley. This is sort of like off the main road, like back. So you sort of follow a way down.
Come on, Sharkbait.
They get down the alley a little ways. As you guys sort of rush by in a group, there's some doors and windows of, like you can see just little bits of heads, people like peeking out. But then as they come by, doors and windows slam shut as like this armed group goes rushing by. And then it's kind of off the map a little bit, but as you get around a corner, you come upon another blue hooded figure with this guy like one arm behind his back, dagger at his neck. He looks slightly bloodied, but he's been grabbed by one of these other guys in blue. A bit out of your area, are you?
If you don't mind, that guy shot an arrow at me. I'd like to put my hammer through his face.
Hold up, friend. Hold up a sec, mate. The guy who seems to be the leader who was speaking before, the one that's like crouching here. They look sort of nondescript, but he's got like light brown hair, It's short, slightly wavy, and like parted just a little bit. He's got a well-trimmed Terrafect style goatee. He's got a pair of short swords at his side. He says, hold on a sec, friend. Not right here. And he looks around, and you can see, like, you're sort of out on the frontage street. You're not that far off the main street anymore, and there's people sort of peeking and looking. And he kind of turns his head, like nods his head, jerks his head to the other one, hooded figure that's got the guy sort of grabbed and starts shuffling him back the way you guys came. Do you go with that, or are you going to attack him? Okay,
that's fine.
Okay, always giving you the opportunity to just plow somebody's head.
Just
in,
blast. Just smash his face.
Not biased.
Right
if you want to, you may. But they sort of like, cause this is a little bit like this. This is not so quiet, and this is going to cause some attention. They make their way back to here, where you guys had this battle. The other hooded figure with them, and they push back in this alleyway. He nods to the other guy. Get these bodies out of here. And he kind of like looks back down at the street, like sort of peeking around the edge.
Hold on, I haven't gotten the chance to check these bodies yet. Sharkbait, go grab.
Sharkbait's already like rifling through one of the pockets as you say that. Before the other guy even does. So he's like checking through it, and he's like, you can see him with his boot knife slicing a belt pouch off and like pocketing it.
Sounds like Sharpie.
He sort of
sounds like
quickly
me.
He's like rifles through pockets, and you see him grabbing a few things. He said, "That's all fine and good, but if the swords come, we're all in a fucking jigger. Let's go." And he kind of pushes you guys, like helping the other guy drag one of the corpses. Grab that out there, and like
where do you want the bodies?
Just dragging him back toward the back area of the alley or whatever. There's still
throw
pools
one over
of
my
blood.
shoulder.
Yeah. Okay. You drag them back down the back and sort of wind through a couple side streets, not very far, with all the. Okay, we'll turn off the intense battle music now. You don't hear the music. I have music going for our stream. It's awesome.
Duel of Fates, is that what's going?
They open a door that's to an unwindowed room that's back. Down one of the alleyways, and they drag, having wrapped the bodies up. Actually, they took the bodies back around a couple corners, and around there's some. Here, I can open up the map a little bit more here. There's some barrels and things back in there. They actually open up some empty barrels and like all three bodies, stuff them in there, and then sort of roll the barrels down, so it's not leaving a huge trail of blood, and eventually into a nondescript door without any real windows or anything. That just opens up into a small entry room with like a table and some chairs, and it looks like some bed rolls and stuff where maybe people crash here in this tiny little house. It's
I don't see anything, by the way, if you open something new up.
Oh. Not really. There is a little bit more of the map.
Oh, okay.
There was more alleys back there had you gone back there.
There's also a girl up there or something.
Yeah, so as you roll the barrels into the doorway of the house, we'll just say it's there for the sake of brevity or whatever. It's actually farther back down a couple alleyways. You're sort of standing there. I don't assume you just enter a strange building right away, but they sort of haul them in there with the prisoner and the bodies. And you can see that the hooded figure that had the knife to the throat of one of them, the hood is sort of pushed back a little bit. And you see somebody familiar to you. Long dark hair and slightly pointed ears with piercing blue eyes.
Son of a bitch. You owe me 50 gold. Now I walk into the
All right. You storm into the little safe room or whatever.
Somewhere in this city,
Um,
Eldak got a boner.
the so then you sort of push your way into the room, and Sharkbait kind of looks around and kind of comes in and pulls the door closed behind you guys. It's in a tight space. Like I said, not much in here. As you say that to her and storm across to her, you're like, are you going for your weapon, or do we need to roll for
No.
initiative? Okay. The man who was doing most of the speaking before does sort of whoa, hey, hold on now, we've got our friend here to deal with.
Okay, now I swing at him.
At which
Like
one?
as passing.
The
guy.
the captured guy.
Yeah.
The captured guy, or the guy that's sort of stepping in
Yes,
between you and
captured
me?
guy.
Okay.
To smash him in the face as I get him out of the way so I can talk to the lady who owes me 50 gold.
Okay. He cracks him in the knee and he sort of falls. Uncanny dodge. It wasn't that bad. The
like
other
a croquet
the other
swing at his knee,
gentleman-
basically.
the other gentleman sort of like they've ensured he doesn't have weapons, and sort of puts him on one of the chairs and starts like tying him up. And you get right up in her face, sort of through this guy. So you get right up in her face, swinging the thing, and you sort of, what do you do when you?
Yeah, so I'm like walk across the room. When I see her, I like bust into the door, not bust in, but walk in briskly.
Mhm.
You owe me 50 gold. I've been looking for you all morning. And that guy's like standing in front of him, and I'm just like croquet swing to his knee to bring him to his knees and get him out of the way. And
Okay.
I get right up. Say, I have a guy on my shit list who I'm looking to kill for 10 gold. You owe me 50.
The barstool guy.
Yeah, the barstool guy.
What's this about? The other guy says. Tricks. What's this about?
She bumped.
This is the guy from
She
the
bumped
Nine
my
Pines
coin
I was
purse on
telling
the
you
street.
about. He's been sitting out there like a cigar store Indian for like 2 days.
Hold on. Hold on.
Why am I not here?
Are cigar store Indians
not here?
canon in this world?
They now are.
It's like a cigar store orc.
There we go.
Wow.
Even more
Okay.
racist.
That's what
Racist.
it was trying to be. I just. Ah.
It's appropriate for the setting, racist.
Those
so it's
damn
fine.
redskin orcs.
Oh my.
God damn it.
Like a cigar
Yeah,
store.
I've been
You don't
sitting
know-
out there looking for you.
So there's sort of a moment of silence, and their sort of exchange looks. Look, the guy says, sort of at a moment, sort of ending the sort of uncomfortable pause there. What's his name? My name's Cliven. This is Trix. We sort of live
Yeah,
in
Band
this
of Thieves.
ward.
Runs the area. I got it. She owes me 50 gold.
She sort of sighs. Well, I don't have it on me.
Of course she doesn't.
Well, how do I know that without taking everything on you off?
Just like
And it
slight
begins.
sexual overtone going on. Now, hold on a sec, Cliven says. This, you guys are setting up business at the Nine Pines?
Yes.
The auction is not till tomorrow morning.
The auction isn't going to happen. I
It
have the
better
deed
happen.
tonight.
I've got a lot of. You have a what?
I have the deed to the 9 Pines. It's being authenticated as we speak.
They all sort of exchange glances, and then the guy that's tied up in the chair is like, and at that point, the guy's standing next to him, like, clocks him on the back of the head and knocks him out. Or did you want to take care of that?
Yeah, I just as I'm standing there talking to him, I just like with one hand behind my back, just right in the face.
Like knock him unconscious.
Yeah.
He
So
sort of
what
puts his
happened
hands
is
on his forehead. You know,
the
just like
old
fingers to
coot-
the temples a little bit.
the old coot who runs the place hooked up with a witch at some point and gave the witch the deed. I ran into the witch. I killed said
Yeah,
witch.
Don
I got
Tar,
deed.
old Don Tar. He's been living there for years. That place used to be a really nice place back when my dad ran these streets.
And it will be a really nice place again. I'm putting money into it because it's mine. Listen, I already had some bear fucker come up to me this morning talking about how he had money that in it. So, I mean, apparently everybody won at the auction. I don't know.
All right, then.
I understand your consternation with the scenario, but it's going forward as is.
Well, let's pick up this thread another time. We've got another matter here to.
Yeah, we do. 50 gold.
I don't have it on me.
What do you have on you?
Several daggers, some dark leather armor. Just describe what she's looking like, but
Shark bait. How much did you get off of those guys?
about he's sort of like
Don't
he's already
lie to
going through the pouches now. He's all told probably about 60 nobles or 60 globes. I forget my own city slang because I'm new.
All right. Well, we'll take the 60 and call it even. How's that?
She kind of gives you one of those sort of like smiles, you know, like yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Backhand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So if
we're
you
gonna
guys are in these streets,
yeah. Go ahead.
why did we get jumped by these limeys, lackeys, whatever they are?
He's with the stilettos. They've been pressing
Yeah,
over
they said
all
that.
the way from the Narrows, taking over everything in the area. Bunch of murderous pricks.
Well,
Knock
these
out
guys aren't
anyone.
murdering anybody else.
I'm afraid that this may only make it worse, but they've been coming into the levee area, roughing up shopkeepers, everything like that. That's not the kind of operation the Breakwater Gang runs. We have an arrangement with everyone that lives here.
I liked your one song about the roofs being on fire. That was good.
That was the.
God damn
the
it.
Never mind. Not gonna. You keep leaving me tongue tied with these things. Because then I like go to say something else and I open my mouth and I'm like, so
The roof is on fire.
so
We don't need no water.
seeing as
Let
you're setting
the
up shop
mother
here, we're probably going to
burn.
have a little more business to discuss. But for now, we've got to find out who this guy is, and any more information out of him.
You
We'll
should
take
ask
care
him
of all
who
this mess.
should ask him who the first guy I killed was.
Okay. Because
he seemed to be more.
he's got
important.
a different icon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He
that's
had
levels
time
of
taken.
importance.
Yes, that's obviously.
He was their leader. He made a mistake.
Okay. Well,
See, now my
why
stream.
don't you
Now my stream has music.
not to be outdone? Is it the breakwater gang?
Yes.
Well, we'll clean up this mess. We'll probably swing by the Nine Pines later.
Oscar just turned on the Xbox.
Okay. You're coming by the Nine Pines later. I told you weren't allowed to come by until our grand opening, which isn't yet. So you're going to be early.
Well,
Who do I address
he,
here?
he looks confused for a moment, like he's like wants to say,
I have
like,
a feeling
when's the
that-
grand opening? And then he's like, I don't care when the grand opening is.
I have a feeling that she's just a soldier, and you're
Yeah,
the guy that I need to
Cliven
talk
seems to be the leader that's doing the most of the talking.
All right, listen up, Barker. You can come by whenever you want, I guess, and we'll chat. I don't know what we have to chat about, but we can chat. In the meantime, I have to go rest for a little bit because I just got done killing a group of rogues in an alley by myself with a little help from the gnome.
Hey!
You get it? A little help? Little. It's humor because he's small in stature. No, nothing.
What's your name?
Hey, man. My name? The stool guy.
At that, she laughs a little bit.
I am Zigversk.
All right, then.
Are they laughing at my name?
No, she was laughing when you said the stool guy.
Okay.
And then I was
That's
laughing
shark bait.
because I thought it was funny.
The short guy is shark bait.
All right. The unconscious guy is kind of coming around. They're like, all right, well, we got to find out what this guy knows. If there's any more people infringing on our area. You give him another smack and knock him back unconscious on your way out the door.
Damn it. Yes. Like, all right, have fun with that. And I
All right.
smack him across
So,
the face with a hammer one more time.
You return, I assume, back towards the inn.
Before I leave, I'm like, hold on. So is this like a base of operations here? If I need to come find you guys again,
Don't
tell me we'll
Don't
find
come
you.
We'll find you.
Don't no. I just said don't tell me that.
This is just a safe room. I wouldn't want to come back here because, he kind of thumbs over the shoulder towards the barrels with the bodies in them.
Look, I make bodies like that all the time. That means nothing to me. Okay. Well, if you come by my place of operation, I'm going to have to return the favor to your place of operation. So when you come by, I guess we can chat about that. Take it easy, Bloodhound Gang. Take care of your roof.
They look quizzically at you as you head out the door.
Come on, shark bait. And as we walk out the door and the door closes behind me, I say, so how much did you really get?
There's about 75. There's copper, silver. I figured if they were going to take it from us, I'd at least have a little bit for us on the side. Might as well get an ale afterwards, after all this. Kind of smarts it, holds his back as you guys are leaving. You head back out the alley through the ways, kind of find your way out, get a little bit turned around, and come out in a little different area. You were sort of somewhere back in here. You end up coming out like farther up, somewhere up, a little bit further north. And as you come out the alley and come onto the the limestone road, limestone way that's along the high castle wall there on the edge, as you turn right and start heading back down, you are struck by an imposing looking building that just sort of looks interesting. It's set back from the rest of the street. It's got a wall separating it from the street, so it's got like a high stone and brick wall all around it, and then there's like a yard inside that runs into a building sort of in the center. On top of the wall, there's Mike's little spiked like metal top on the top of the brick wall.
Signage anywhere?
Yeah, it sort of catches your eye. It's very shut up. It's multi-story building in there, but very sort of plain. The yard's sort of unadorned, only slits for windows,
Be
almost
one
like
of
arrow
those
slits in
S&M
there.
houses.
The roof's edge is interspersed with intricate little stone like gargoyle and strange faces around the very peak of the 3-story roof. There is a metal plate on the front, and there is a large, sturdy-looking metal gate that bars the street from the yard that is locked and closed. Says the sodality of the ancient descent.
Oh, hey. Okay. I know where that place is now. This guy's better not tell me that I don't ever do
Good.
anything important and mission worthy.
Important, definitely.
Actually, I don't know the word.
Strike baits. The only people back here are going to be
Yeah.
me and shark bait.
Yep. So you return back there. The rest of you,
Shark
thank you
bait
for being
guy.
patient, because that was quite a long interlude there. But appreciate your patience. I think all three of you had been shopping and then scouting the Lantern Grove, right? Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
And after doing that, was there anything else you wanted to do with the day? Anything else you were looking for? I think that's where we left off.
We're on day 2 of being here. Tomorrow morning is when we see the solicitor, right?
Yeah, I believe, yes.
Okay, just making sure I'm on the right day.
We already went
I don't
to the armor shop. We don't need to do that. Don't we have Ramona with us, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
Ramona
have
is with
Ramona
you.
with us, and we were looking. We'd gone
For
over to
the
Lantern
place.
Grove area.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We hadn't specified we were going to do anything when we got
We
there.
weren't. We
but-
were just trying to find it.
right.
Yeah, plus it was early in the day, so
It was super
it
early.
wasn't when we'd necessarily want to go fully check it out.
But we found
right.
it though, right?
We
Yeah.
found it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you identified it. Yeah, seems like longer than a week ago. It's been a long week. Been waiting to play D&D. Yeah, the Lantern Grove
Yeah,
it was in this sort of forested area. There's like a central large park inside the trees and sort of built into the trees. There's a circular road, so like ringing the trees, and in the park itself, there's green space, but there's also like businesses and everything in there. And you spotted a number of large willow trees. And when you got closer, there's a large front area, a large manor house, and a large porch set back. But large willow trees in the yard. You can see that there's like it wasn't open. There wasn't people around, but there are bars and lanterns, and it looks like there is probably activity out in the yard itself in the evening times.
Can we take a wander around and see what kind of shops are near there?
Most of this district is pretty quiet at this hour. It seems to be no, there are inns, um, taverns, other evening establishments of questionable nature. There are a few shops and so forth, but most things are closed at this hour. There is not a lot of foot traffic going on. This seems to be more of an evening.
What closed
District.
like businesses do we see that would like possibly be something we would come to?
Um,
Like to make note of if we were to try to come back.
there is. There is like a few restaurants and things as well. One business that's open is a bakery type shop that has some food. It is open at this hour. There is, like I said, the number of taverns. Um, uh, there is a bookstore. I mean, are you looking for anything in particular?
No, nothing in particular. Just I figured it'd probably be good to just keep in mind if we were looking for something in the future and or tomorrow. But yeah, nothing in particular.
Somewhere to come and have a seat.
I feel like a
while we-
bookstore would probably be in handy at some point.
Yeah, bookstore was called the Duke's Quill. The
Two
bakery
people
that's
doesn't own that
open
shop
has
and be real
some,
pissed.
bread and sweetbreads cooking in the morning. It's called Mystic Glaze. So,
Awesome. We're gonna take a walk into the bakery and buy some sweetbreads for the
okay.
morning.
All right.
I'm okay with this.
There is okay. Gonna make me figure out who runs it. Why don't I have my my little PC generator up here?
No.
The building is run by a halfling woman, um, and there's some other people scuttering around the back and so forth. But she comes up to the counter as the bell rings and you come in. Hi, you look hungry? What? We got the best sweetbreads in the area. Yeah. There's like a counter. There's all kinds of different like rolls with various spices and cinnamon stuff. She looks quite young for a halfling. She's got long brown hair, and she's got a patch over her left eye.
Aww.
So you spend, it's not very much. It's a couple silver, and you guys all have a good amount of food to eat.
That's good. Okay.
Should we bring something back for Zig?
No.
Probably. As well as for shark bait and Fen.
Let me get a drink really quick. You guys are thinking.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Bait and Finn, probably. We'll bring them some extra stuff too.
You get a
If your
baker's
daughter's
dozen.
still awake, she wants
A literal
tacos.
baker's dozen.
I missed that. What?
You get a
I said we
baker's
get a
dozen.
baker's dozen.
Yeah. Yep. So is our plan to come back here this evening after we've walked out of the shop?
Maybe.
Along the way.
Well, we don't know about the sodality of ancient descent yet.
Right.
We also technically don't know that Zig got into a big ass fight and needs to rest.
This too.
Who needs Zig
We-
here? He wasn't helping us the last time.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
I'm not casting invisibility on him this time. He's out of luck.
I feel like
we're also not like trying to infiltrate necessarily super sneakily. Like that place
we
was
don't
like
have to
we were,
infiltrate.
you know, Zig especially at the very least was, you know, on a list of people to look for, whereas we were lucky enough not to be.
This is true. So we
So,
can conceivably just
Just
walk
go,
in as patron.
yeah, and then ask for Reba.
this package relatively seems important, and I feel like we should get it to Nyala at a relatively decent pace. But
Well, once we find out where, like, it's pretty close to where we are.
yes,
So
it's
We've only
it's
been
something
in
that's
town
doable.
2 days, so
Yeah.
it's not like we're waiting forever.
I agree, but I feel like the longer we wait, we don't know what's in it. I'm not gonna look inside of it.
It's also,
Until
isn't it
your
like
curiosity
arcanely
gets the better
trapped?
of you.
I thought it was
Yes.
like it
No,
has
it's
arcane
arcanely
shit on it.
locked, so I can't
Yeah,
open it.
but I'm just saying that also makes me feel like if you attempt to do it, it will
Yes.
trigger an effect of some sort.
So
I think you asked, and I believe when you talked to Freelore, he said that it wasn't like it had to be there because you think you asked like a time frame requirement. He said there's no real
Yes.
rush, but you know, a semi.
He
would
but he
like it
did
to
had
get
a
there.
personal
say he would,
message,
yeah, he would like it to get there.
but it
soonish.
wasn't like
I
you
would
have to get
like-
there in 2 weeks or something. Something bad happened.
I would like to get it to her.
1
I
year
know there's
later, we show up and give up. Hey, we've actually had this thing.
later.
We forgot, and here you go. You're
Like in Critical
Yep.
Role, where they have those things on their list
Millennia
that just sit
later.
forever. Like we still got to bury that hand.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Be like 18th level. You're
13
like, we had that
centuries
letter
later.
from Freelore.
it's true.
I just don't want
Alright,
that
well-
one to be forgotten, because I feel like that'll happen eventually if we don't do it.
What are we
With all the
forgetting?
other shit that we have to do.
Bringing Nala her package from the wizard guy.
Fox.
Yeah,
Oh.
her package.
Well, you guys are still out and about, right?
Yeah, we haven't
Yeah,
come back to
we're-
you.
Okay.
We're sort of heading back, I believe.
Yeah, I was sort of-
To,
We've
Yeah,
got
we're
nine
driving
times.
back and chatting along the way about what we need to get done.
Okay.
So, a visit this evening or tomorrow evening after we deal with the inn. And I suppose we don't necessarily want to deal with it too quickly if we've got to make sure that we actually get the inn and don't have to do anything crazy in order to acquire it.
Well, we already paid, right? And it's just a matter of
We paid
Getting
for them
things.
to evaluate it. We didn't pay whatever fees and taxes and whatever else.
well, I'm saying we've paid a portion of whatever.
Yeah, we
is
paid
sort of the setup.
claim legality to it.
Yeah.
Right.
So depending on how all that goes.
God.
Well, and how honest the barrister is.
How many people? have
Yeah. He got money and is gonna get more money for someone wanting to buy it. So
Mhm.
might have to kill someone. Zig, go do it. Not me.
All right, yeah, we're just making our way back, talking to the inn.
I'm actually just looking at that picture that David posted. I have no idea what the hell that thing is.
Dude, that's awesome. I didn't know what the fuck that thing is. Because, like I said, only when we got RCN did I.
I mean, it
ever
can't be
have
important if your
that.
computer's still working.
It's a powered splitter. Although there's only one Ethernet in, so I'm very confused.
Yeah, I don't understand how that has anything to do with your wireless.
Does your modem not have an Ethernet port out?
Yet. It does.
So does the Ethernet go from that to your
Your Xbox on wireless, though, right?
computer?
No, my Xbox is connected. It's connected to the router.
I'm very confused as to the purpose of this device here. What doesn't work
Sorry, I
when
didn't
this
mean to get
device
back
is
on
out?
that. It's like I just looked at it for the first time. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, right now the router doesn't work because that thing doesn't work.
And that's it?
And we were like, I was telling Hans, basically my internet is extremely slow now.
So does the coax go into that thing before it goes into your modem?
Yeah, where does the yellow cable go?
No.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have got on that again.
That one goes into my router, and then one of the coax cables goes into the modem.
And the yellow cable goes into your router. And your router has no connection directly to the modem.
I'm gonna go with no. There's a lot of
Bloody fuck kind of setup.
Look, I didn't set this shit up. They set it up, like I said, when we got RCS.
Nothing about that makes sense. From a networking layout, it doesn't make sense. From a ease of use layout, it doesn't make sense. Nothing about that makes sense. The only thing I can think of is when they did their site survey to give you service, you weren't getting a strong enough RF signal. And that is a powered RF splitter where it basically refreshes the signal to send into your modem to get you a strong enough signal to lock on your modem. But your modem's still locked on. It's just slower. So that doesn't... It could have more No, because I don't know. I'm not going to try to figure it out.
Yeah, sorry.
Back to the mission.
That was my fault. That was my fault. Yeah.
Hey, trust me. The thing is confusing.
I found the Chrono Trigger soundtrack, so I'm playing that now.
Nice.
For our inn, I have fireplace
Appreciate
sounds
it.
with howling wind for 2 hours. So that's what you're getting. So you make your way back, chatting about what you plan to do, and you three and Ramona arrive back at the Nine Pines. Belly's full from delicious cinnamon twist breads.
I'm about that life.
Yeah, Zig and Shark Bait are in the downstairs.
I have my armor off, and I'm treating my wound in my side.
I rushed to Zig. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Lord almighty, Zig, what did you do?
Yeah, Sharkbait sort of got his shirt off, and he's got a bandage sort of half tied around himself, trying to tie off some sort of wound in his back.
If Eben is going towards Zig, I'm going towards Sharkbait.
I killed 3 guys in an alley, but I found the elf bitch who took my money.
You what?
I healed you for 12, Zig. I hit him with a level 2 cure wounds.
Sharkbait.
3 guys.
Okay.
3 guys from some group named the Stilettos attacked us, and they all died. And then this other group named the Bloodhound
From the
Gang
Stilettos?
Yeah. A bunch of girly men jumped me, and they all died, like what happens when girly men jump me. And they called themselves the Stilettos.
What?
And then Bloodhound Gang came, and they captured one of them.
It was the Breakwater Gang, but continue.
Okay.
That was shark bait. Just adding a little. He wasn't interrupting you, saying that kind of
The
aside for everyone
the
else's benefit.
Brokeback gang came, and they captured one of them, and the elf lady who stole my money was in that gang, and they said the stilettos were coming onto their turf to take over, and then the Jets showed up, and there was a bunch of snapping fingers and dancing, and I found the solidarity of whatchamacallit
Like-
building, and then I came back
Okay.
here.
Well, all right. There's
Did you take a blow to the
one
head?
thing we
Because
need.
this sounds a bit more far
Eldak,
fetched
what
than
the hell is
usual.
wrong with your face? What is going on? Because you're giving like this horribly pained look over there.
Temporary hit points are probably gone now.
Toledo's not great people.
That's what the Bloodhound gang was saying. That they go around and they just bully people and kill people.
Yeah. It sounds about right.
But I finally got to test the GAR. It works.
That's good. They're gonna be looking for me now. I know it.
Why would they be looking for you?
I used to be a part of them.
And then
That makes sense. I mean, they were all girly looking guys, so
Shit
I
happened
turned
and I left.
and I bump Zig in the head with my longbow, and I'm like, oops.
yeah, I think you were a part of them too if you had ever been to this town. But
I handed shark bait some of the cinnamon twists while I'm standing.
But
there
anyway,
with him.
the more
I like
important thing, I mean, eventually we're gonna have to kill the stilettos and whatever. That's whatever.
All of
I mean,
them.
why not? But anyway, I found that building that we have to
We're in
deliver
a
the package to.
town.
Yeah.
Town, this is a fucking city.
The city has alleys. Trust me, nobody came by while I was killing those 3 guys.
Start a block war is what you're saying.
Sharkbait helped. He stabbed one a couple times.
I can see that. Got stabbed a few times here too.
He's fine.
I did help Zig locate the woman who took his coin purse. And we all know what the captain promised.
Yeah, to leave you in Terrifax City.
I do remember that part.
You mouthy little brat.
I don't remember that part. All right, so obviously we now have.
I already
the
told you
stilettos
can
who are
keep
going to be
everything
looking
that you took off those bodies. What do you want, you dickweed?
Well, he could keep the gold that he found there, as well as the 250 that you owe.
Yeah, he'll get his 250.
Did you take that? You'd let him keep the 75 gold?
Yeah, I let him.
Okay.
75 gold.
Okay.
Put it on his page. All right, so
That's true.
where is this solidarity place?
It's just around the corner, up whatever the hell that street's name is.
That helps me a lot.
Listen, you step out the door, you take a left, you go down to the coast wall, you take a left, and you find this weird ass looking building with spikes and shit on it, and that's it. It's got a sign on it. It's not like it's hiding.
Did you see anybody? Was anybody moving around in that place?
At the building? No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't look.
Oh,
You didn't
okay.
see anyone moving around, though. The yard was quiet and
Did it look well
Well-
kept, or
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it was well kept. It just had a spiked wall out in front. And
was It was
Oh,
creepy.
great.
It's sort of dark and ominous looking.
Oh, our favorite location to visit.
Our
Shall
normal
we,
vacations.
go ring
mean,
the doorbell?
It didn't look like
Bang
there was
on
a
the
gelatinous cube hanging out there.
What is it with you and cubes?
Trust me, you don't want to find out.
You wouldn't understand.
I do. I do.
I give him a look like, I'm gonna ask you later. Well, what time of day is it?
I mean, it's
Mr.
probably like
DM.
afternoon now. I mean, probably early to mid afternoon,
So,
I guess. I mean, you guys spent the
Do we
morning
have that
shopping, and then
package? I mean, we might as well.
Yeah.
Did I get a short rest?
Yeah, you could have had a short rest. You've bound your
Okay, I'm
wounds.
gonna use my die
Okay.
Remember, I hit you for 12 healing, just in case you didn't put that on.
then. Yeah,
your
but I already.
sheet. Gotcha.
Well, and I
Get all the way up to.
offer Zig some of the cinnamon twists. Shall we
Okay.
go?
What do I get back with a short rest? I don't remember.
I do not
Save?
Second wind. No, I get second wind back.
Do you get any of your superiority dice, or is that on
I
a
get
long?
action surge back.
Long rest, I believe, for the superiority dice.
I think so too. But
I think later levels we might get it after a short rest or something different, but
I get second wind and action surge. I don't have actually any annotation for the superiority die, so I'd have to look it up. I need to add that to my sheet.
what? How long for the superiority dice?
Yeah, I think you're right. But
I'll look it up. I'm not Matt Colville.
You regain them all when you finish a short or long rest.
There you go.
He's not listening at the moment.
Yep, short or long rest. You have
That's
your
pretty
superiority
crazy.
dice again. Well, that's a good
All of
reason to
them.
use. That's a good reason to use them
Crazy.
all. I mean, it's you use them every time and try to take short.
I
rests.
agree. I'm just saying that's just crazy that you can get all of them
I
back.
mean, it makes the
'Cause
fighter.
As later levels go, it gives him a lot that he can do.
Well, it gives the fighter a nice advantage
man.
over the spellcasters who need that long rest. He can take a short rest and be sort of recharged and ready to go.
Yeah. Like a warlock, basically,
Yeah.
where it's like they gain their stuff back on short rest.
So, he's up.
He's
No.
busy with the
Oh, we're watching kissing.
lady back there.
We can see kissing.
We are.
Hey, this is a family stream. Family stream. This is a family stream.
A pickler pops in.
So, so are we waiting? Are you? Hey, this is a family stream. This is a family stream.
what happened? my wife on stream.
Yeah, you guys
Nice.
were nice and clear back there. Smooching away.
Saying good night.
Anyway, so
Oh.
you get all your superiority dice after a short rest.
You can be jealous. That's fine.
You jelly, bro?
So you get all your superiority dice back after a short rest.
Yep, I got him back.
You are ready to go. All right, so
So shall we? It's early enough in the afternoon. Shall we go see if we can get into this place to get rid of the wizard's package? Because you're right. I'd rather not have a wizard's package hanging
I
around
was
us.
gonna say that sounds like a good name for an
I
adventure.
feel like most
The
people would
wizard's
not want
package.
a wizard's package
Look,
hanging around.
Reginald's outfit was
Thank
only
you.
messed up when it got burned.
Look,
His
Reginald
package was
didn't
covered
even
otherwise.
he didn't even have a wizard's package, so
I wouldn't know about that. Didn't see it. Wasn't looking. Wasn't there for any of that.
I'm gonna break this. That's the second time I hit it. The top.
David's elbow and shit. Get it out of here.
Yeah, I banged
Fuck you.
my cup on this table.
That's right. It's the glass one, right? You still have that one?
Well, yeah, we actually he switched with another one, and so I'm not used to it since I don't ever use this goddamn
Mm-hmm.
computer. And so I lifted my cup, and it has basically a secondary glass shelf that I just smashed my cup into.
Oh God.
All
All
right.
right, so Sharkbait says,
Sodality of
if
ancient
you don't
descent.
mind, I think I may rest here. I think you guys will be okay. Gets up on the bar stool and he's like, hey, barkeep! What's the guy got to do to get service around here?
I look at him, I'm
sweeping
like,
a
we don't
broom
have
in the
anything
hallway,
here.
looks at him confused.
I tell him, I'm like, we don't have anything
Sits
here
on the
yet.
stool.
This place,
Ah.
this place is just getting started,
He
guys.
goes, then his eyes perk up and he grabs another one of the sweetbreads and looks content. You don't need Ramona to come with either, I assume? Or do you want to bring Ramona with you?
I'm afraid to leave her thinking that she'll go to the fucking place.
I agree.
She's too gung-ho about shit, so
All
she
right.
gets to come along.
All right. So, Zig, you ready to go? You're good to go?
Sure.
All
Yep.
right.
Need
Alright.
like 5 minutes to strap my armor back on.
Okay. Yeah,
This
literally.
is
help
true.
him put
It's
it back
like 10
on.
minutes.
All right.
I help him put it back
Okay.
on to
Once
expedite
Zig
this
is
a bit.
strapped back up, you guys head out down the street, down to the edge where the city wall rises up, and then a left down Limestone Way. It's just like a block down there, and then up, and then it's a ways, about maybe I don't know, halfway down there somewhere. It's like maybe this building here. You see the building Zig described in front of you, tall brick stone fence sort of walling off a bare sort of courtyard, just a little bit of scrub bits of grass and some tile work paths inside that you can see through a thick wrought iron gate. The building itself is tall and just sort of squarish and sort of plain looking. There's no adornments or fountains or like this. It's not like a palace yard or something, and it almost has that like ancient library look with like little gargoyle-esque type statues up on the peak, edge of the roof. Not the peak, the edge of the roof, up high up there. It does look a little dark and ominous. There's no big windows. There's just like almost like narrow, like almost like arrow slits on the second and third and higher floors. And there is a metal sign by the gate that identifies it as the Sodality of Ancient Descent.
And the gate looks locked.
Yes.
Is it one of those metal grate kind of ones?
I walk up, I grab the gate, I shake it really hard, and I say, "Hey, we got a package for you!"
Okay, a little bit of shouting at the gate. There's a few minutes. There's a brief moment of after you yell, nothing happens, and then the door sort of cracks open and somebody looks out. Just you can't really see, just like the door cracks. Then it closes again, and then there's another like a minute or two, and a short heavily cloaked figure, sort of obscuring the face and arms and even feet, like it sort of drags on the ground. But it's someone very short, um, maybe 4.5 feet tall. Comes
So
shuffling
not a
out.
gnome.
Taller than a gnome or a halfling, but not much. Shuffles out, all hooded up to the gate, and peeking up from under the hood is like what looks like a young girl's face, actually. Little bits of blonde hair, turned up nose. I mean, young, like young mid teenage years.
Okay.
Yes. You said you have a package.
Looking for
She
Nala.
looks over all of you guys.
We're looking
We're
for
looking
Nyala. It was Nyala, right?
Nyala? Nala. Nyala.
Yeah, she's busy. She's not taking visitors.
Her
Well, then she's not getting her package.
brother? Is it her brother?
Someone
Her
from
brother will be disappointed.
the Mage Tower on Fairwind Isle. What was that guy's name? I don't remember. I only put my head in this
Freelord.
magic portal room. Yeah, Freebird gave us a package to give to Yala. Told us to go to the solar city of Descent.
Wait here a minute. And she sort of heads back to the main house. A couple short minutes go by. And the figure comes back again down the stairs, and then across the stone path. In her hands is something. It looks like a key ring. Comes down, and another figure stands in the doorway, sort of just standing in the door back at the top of the stairs. Another short woman, but not that short. You can see small braids of dark hair hanging down from her head. There's bits of glint of maybe silver or jewelry woven into the braids, and a wide necklace of silver chains around her neck. She has a dark, almost like dress-like gown sort of on, and a dark cloak with a hood, or like a cape hanging off the back. The short figure of the girl comes back over and she's like reaches up and starts like working the key in the lock. Oh yeah, the headmistress will see you. Let me see. I've almost opens it up.
I'm gonna go in first.
Perception check. Eldak.
Okay. First roll of the night for me is gonna be really bad.
When I think there's something you guys may notice, I might just give it to one rather than also.
Oh,
because whenever I let the whole party roll, it's like, man, it's like I might as well not even. Make
everyone
roll,
fails it.
Well, no, it's like somebody's gonna make it. It's like, geez. Okay. As she opens the gate and opens it for you, as she's sort of like kind of reaching up on her tiptoes, like working the key in the lock.
Mm-hmm.
You notice something very odd, where you would expect to see the tips of boots. Didn't look like she was wearing boots. Looked like a hoof.
Oh.
There she is. Okay, there it is, and opens the lock and then pulls the gate open. You can give the package. You can see the headmistress, and she kind of holds the gate open for you.
Thank you. I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm just gonna keep going. You didn't see it.
All right, so you guys all go in the gate.
Yeah.
Go up.
Yeah.
He didn't
Walk
say
up.
that I didn't. He said that when he gives it something that the group would notice, he's only going to let one of us roll for it.
Well, I said it sometimes I might, just because, I don't know. just for flavor. Let somebody.
My passive perception's pretty high. I feel like I could have maybe.
I considered it saying Evan instead. Anyway, you guys step up as a group, walk up to the front, and the smaller figure, hands the key ring back to the woman at the doorway, and then she gets a pat on the head from the woman in the door. Okay, go ahead.
While we're walking up this cobblestone walk, we don't notice like the coconuts like
No, she was shuffling kind of slowly and kind of ends up sort of
Galloping
behind you
next to
slowly. No.
like, are you riding a little pony?
Got a
What's
lovely
going on
bunch of
over here?
coconuts.
She gets a pat on the head as she disappears into the door behind the woman at the doorway and hands her the keyring as she goes by. So this short woman, but is taller than the girl, it's definitely full-grown woman. She's got, like I said, long dark hair, braids. She's got silver jewelry and silver accoutrement in her braids hanging down from her fasten, from her in front of her ears. And she says, "Yes, you have a delivery of some kind." She kind of looks over your group, taking you in.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out the package and I'm gonna walk forward.
Okay.
Your brother Freelor had this package for you. He wanted us to give it to you.
My brother? Oh, not my brother, surely.
That's not a brother.
This isn't Nayala.
God damn it.
It's
Well,
okay.
Fail.
That's okay.
the fuck's now?
She says, "I'm the headmistress,
She's the headmistress.
Prezara, and I run this school."
What kind of school is this?
You
The
said it's
school
for
for cloven
Nayala.
beasts.
She is here, and she is well, but she is busy at the moment.
School for freaks, like where what's her face is going to show up. She's turning into a fish person.
You don't know about that yet.
Come, she says, "Would you like to step inside?"
Sure.
Yeah.
What's inside?
I was gonna say, what's
I don't know.
the
I realize it's weird now that I almost think you guys could see my face, so I don't know if I'm ever giving something away or you guys are always so suspicious of me. So whenever I say anything, I'm like, there's these awkward pauses where I'm like,
Look, it's okay. I'm cool with being in Professor X's place.
so opens it in. There is that's nicer in the entryway. There is a nice tile work of like different, offset colors of like black and white that covers a large entryway that's fairly elaborate. I mean, it's sparse. It's not luxurious, but it's well crafted inside. There's this building seems to have stood for some time. There's quite a bit of
Wow.
work along the
Who funds
corners of
this shit
ceiling.
show?
We collect donations
Is Nayala a student
from
here?
quite a few. Yes, she is. She is indeed.
Hey, one question at a time. Come on.
We get funding from many people who send their wards here.
Wards. Okay. What kind of wards get sent here?
Well, just whoever. I mean, in a general term. I mean, it might be a daughter, it might be a sister, it might be a nephew, or whatever. But
What do you teach them? Just out of curiosity.
let's see here. She studies your face for a moment. We train many who are different and who do not fit in with the regular areas of society. A place that's
Nailed it.
safer.
Like I said, the X-Men theme starts playing. But we also notice she's actually in a chair that's floating around.
Morph! No, morph! Nobody watch the old X-Men cartoon? You don't? Morph dies in the first episode. Wolverine's really upset about it.
No, he's not. It's
Been a
Wolverine.
long time.
Look, he's one episode upset, which is pretty long for Wolverine.
You're right.
No, it's like an arc throughout the entire damn animated series.
Isn't he always crying about something that that they did something horrible to him and he can't take it anymore? I thought that was his whole character.
Yeah.
He's
Basically-
angry about it. I don't think he's crying about it, but he's angry about it.
It's a fine line.
There's a lot of
It
angst.
isn't. Yeah.
He's angsty.
Emo. He's very emo.
All the X-Men are emo. That's like, oh, we're mutants. Society hates us. Oh.
Not the guy that's like Johnny Firehands or whatever. I don't know the X-Men really.
Johnny Firehands
What's the guy?
is exactly his name. I appreciate it.
There was
You're
one guy.
probably
that-
talking to
maybe that's Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Johnny Blaze.
You right?
Fantastic Four.
yeah, Fantastic Four.
There was another guy though that in one of the movies it was like that. He was shooting like red lasers or something. They were trying to train him and
Cyclops?
oh yeah, Cyclops
No,
doesn't
it's
cry.
not
Yeah, that
Cyclops.
guy.
It's not the one you're
Maybe that's
thinking
who I-
of.
No,
Yeah.
Cyclops is a pretty big bitch too.
Okay. Now,
They're all
any
they're
of-
all pretty big bitches.
so do you hand her?
They'll
the
have a
box,
tragic backstory.
or are you sort of holding the
No.
box? Okay.
I'm gonna hold the
Holding the
box. I'm
box.
keeping
Okay.
it for Nyala.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Okay.
Step one.
Wow,
throw
so
it in the box.
You will only give it to her then. I see. Okay. I will. Perhaps just a few of you. I'll take you to her room, but I don't know if we want to bring the whole a giant entourage.
I'm going for sure.
No, I can stay here and explore.
Oh God.
Okay.
I'll stay here with Ramona and keep an eye.
I'll go then.
Okay. Okay. So you two stay with Ramona, and you Eben and Eldak follow her.
Yeah.
They say, very well, just make yourself comfortable. There are a few benches and chairs. Kimmy, will you please see to them if they need any water or anything to eat? The small girl that was at the door sort of is skulking off to the side, back, around outside.
She
the
offers me a carrot. I'm gonna lose it.
You guys follow her up like the big sort of elaborate stairway that goes up. And it seems to be in the upstairs, there's sort of like, it's almost like a dormitory or something where there's a hallway with lots of doors and rooms and things like that.
Xavier's mansion.
And there is, you pass by one open door, and you sort of turn to look, and somebody closes it. It's like you get before you can like see anything inside there. We don't usually invite many people inside. We don't really open to the public, but if you've bought a message from Freelore, then you must be somewhat trustworthy. She's kind of saying as she's walking down the hallway. You turn
How old?
one-
I asked her how old Nyala is.
You ask her? Or are you
Yeah.
asking me?
How old is? Well, no, I'm asking her how old Nyala is. Because
Me?
as far as we've seen, do
That's
you not know?
Are you asking me or are you asking her?
No, I'm asking her.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, no, I thought I got confused for a second what you were saying. She kind of laughs. Well, that's not something you normally ask. I am 44 years young.
How old
No,
is
no.
Nala?
He wants to know
Yeah.
how old
Oh, how
Nyala
does
is.
Nyala? I think you're
Yeah.
asking her how old she was. That's
Yeah.
why I was like,
No,
what? Oh,
no,
oh, Nyala.
because
why
we
I was
don't
sort of
know
like,
anything really about her.
Okay, that's why I was sort of confused. I'm like, hey, okay, well, whatever. Nyala is Niala is just but a young girl of 15. She came to stay with us
Oh,
several years ago. Um, um, actually, quite a few more than that. She's been with us for nearly 5 years. Um, we have a couple of other.
What a long time.
Yes, she and she sort of pauses in sort of at a corner. She would not be welcomed by the rest of Freelor's family, but he knew of us and arranged to have her come stay here. Um, um, I'm sure he must trust you if he entrusts you with this. He doesn't really want the rest of his order or whatever they are to know about her. Um, I'm sure he discussed that with you, and you will keep it private. As you're sort of paused there at the corner and you're listening to her talk, answer your question, my nail, you sort of hear some kind of creepy wailing coming from like the hallway down to the left of like somebody screaming. Um, and she gives just ever so slight of a glance like down that way, like you can tell she noticed it, and she's like, well, this way. She kind of heads down the other way down the hallway.
like a in pain, screaming.
Sort of sounded like, yeah, kind of creepy weird.
Huh.
Should you not check on that? And I look down that way to her.
Not at the moment. I'm not the only one who. There's some other attendants who will be taking care of people there. We'll speak. I can answer your questions in a moment because she kind of pauses at a door and then she sort of raps at it. Niala, and you hear a young voice. Yes. There are some visitors here to see you with a package. And a young girl comes to the door. At first, she looks, as she kind of gets up and turns around from like her desk or whatever she was writing at, and she's got like a small, like sort of dorm room, kind of small, but furnished nicely, and it looks comfortable.
Yeah.
She has long hair, similar light color to Freelor's. It's just I believe he had white hair, if I remember correctly. And she has very platinumy sort of blondish hair. But when she turns around and comes toward you, you notice something obvious, and that she has several small horns protruding from her forehead. And she comes up, and even though
Darth Maul.
you both sort of, try not to like go, oh my God, but she kind of still notices your eyes glance and kind of looks down sort of,
I'm not that
sort
rude.
of shyly. No, but it's almost involuntary. You notice it and you can see the reaction in your eyes. I believe it's something from your father. And then her look changes completely like, oh.
It was from your brother, actually. Freelor?
Yeah, he's my father. She kind of holds out her hands.
Huh. Oh. Okay. I'll give her the.
You give her the
package.
box. She takes it.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of looks at it for a second. You traveled all the way from the Fairwind Isles.
Yeah. He wanted to make sure you got that.
Yeah. Thank you. What's it like there?
Complicated.
It was nice.
It's complicated here too.
I look around, I'm like, yeah, I sort of get that feeling.
Okay, so she kind of takes the box back to her desk or whatever, and headmistress Prizara kind of gives you, looks and says, well, shall we, and kind of like pulls the door closed. Don't mind her. She's lived here most of her mature life, and it's very difficult being someone who's different. You must understand this. People,
It's the ears.
To
huh?
an extent, yes.
I was like, is it the ears?
the uh, the life of someone who can't fit into normal society, who is shunned. Um, it's just it's very hard to explain, I suppose. But I assure you, she lives a very good life here, and her father does wish her well for what he can, when he's not busy with his work. She kind of begins walking back down the other way, leading you guys back out. Evan, you may now make a perception check.
I hope I get a 1 now. 20.
As she's turning and leaving, you notice something about Headmistress Prizara too. Something shifting under her long dark cape and dress, and just the hint of movement suggests that she might have
Bitch
a
got a
tail.
tail.
She might have a tail.
Tieflings.
No, she's not. Does she look like a tiefling?
Have you seen a tiefling before?
I've probably heard about them. At the
Um,
very least, maybe not seen one.
she doesn't appear to have giant horns.
Yeah.
But I'll say that in my interpretation of tieflings, there are many different kinds. It's not so, oh, they all look like this. Like, they all
Gotcha.
demonstrate different things, and I do consider there could be other backgrounds besides simply infernal. So,
I'm good.
so maybe you're not sure.
All right. Did the horns that Niala had, did they look familiar in any way? Like any beast I may have run into?
I will give you a nature check with advantage.
You sure?
Yes, and I don't want to go look up all the stuff, but yes.
Okay. Did that go through? Oh, yeah, there we go. 19.
They definitely looked, and the reason I advantage is I wanted to see the outcome before I said why, but because of one of your newly studied and you've become determined to learn all you can about fiends and such. And they do appear fiendish, though of exactly what nature it was hard to tell from the brief encounter.
Gotcha. That piques my interest more now then.
But again, tieflings are descended from things that are fiends or have that in
I
their
know,
bloodline.
but
So
still, that's still something that would be like, oh, okay. Sort of.
So somebody fucked a fiend? Is that what I'm hearing? Or vice versa, I guess?
Well, the tiefling thing is like weird. They like it's like just somewhere in their bloodline. It was like, I think it was like a punishment almost. And then it just comes up in random people's things.
No.
Traveling back down the hallway, you come to that other corner as you sort of exchange glances and notice these oddities. You get to that corner and you hear that sort of a little bit of screaming again, and she says, "We have a number of charges here." She pauses there and you can hear it. "I didn't mean to avoid your question. I just didn't want to upset Niala.
It's fine.
A number of our charges have been... I don't know how to say it because I'm afraid I don't even understand it. Suffering from some sort of shared delusion? I'm not even sure. Plagued by horrible dreams. similar dreams, and awake in the night or beset with fever, babbling incoherent sayings. Some have been speaking in ancient languages, dialects of languages they do themselves do not know.
Do you know them?
I'm afraid I do, but these are not things that these boys and girls were taught. We do not generally study.
In Infernal, in Infernal I say it like this?
Not exactly, she replies in infernal. Nah.
Okay.
And then she says something else, like in a more hissing, broken dialect that you don't understand. You don't need to speak any other strange language. That's your strangest language you speak, right?
That and Sylvan is, I think, the only other sort of rarer.
When you don't respond, she says again in infernal.
Uncommon, undercommon, Elvish, Sylvan, Dwarvish, Infernal.
Yeah, so she
Jesus.
replies, nice spread though. So after she says that and she sees that you don't recognize it, she repeats. She says more in infernal.
I'm just here.
I was just say this is the first time you hear me speak Infernal.
From the other side, it's
yeah.
kind of broken. You don't actually speak it very much. You've just been learning it, right? I mean, it's not something you've been studying it, right? I mean, I know you've learned it fully.
Well, it's something that I've kept to myself because I like to go with the idea that like Evan has this connection that he doesn't fully understand currently, but he knows it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And it occurred basically after the events of things and so forth. So he basically somehow knows this language and he just doesn't fully understand it.
There are those from bloodlines from the other side of the multiverse. Those not from those infernal stockades and prisons of not of the but of the whirling vast abyss, the pure chaos of the multiverse. Basically abyssal.
Yeah.
The
underjerk.
Yeah. So they speak of things, and she goes back to common for both of you at that point. They speak of things that
that's fine.
Not only language they do not know, but of things and events that are centuries past that they should not know. I honestly don't know what to make of it, and I'm not sure where to turn to help right now. But for now, we just care for them. It's not something that is endangering their health. And then she sort of continues.
Have you had healers check them out at all?
She sort of smiles as she starts heading back toward the foyer or whatever. The healers and priests from Tetrad Hill do not come to visit us here. I suppose I do know some people. I suppose I could try to arrange for someone, but we are not exactly
welcome.
They're
to most
preferred
people.
Patrons. The city allows us, to live here, and the Order of Magus allows us to operate independently, but mainly because otherwise our students here would be mixing around and they're worried about them. The irony is, most of the people here are in no way evil. They would just be perceived that way. But they do. Many have wild powers that they cannot control, do not know how to control, and therefore need to. Yes, X-Men. Go ahead.
Look, I said it in the beginning.
I know. And now I've thought it. I can't keep a straight face thing. So, yes, we take many who have sorceress arts here or other powers, mental powers that they need to learn to control and help them come to grips with before they hurt someone or end up down the wrong path somewhere. And then you guys are sort of arriving back in the foyer. Those of you guys who are down there, the little girl Kimmy clops sort of across the floor. Um, and on the stone tile work, you heard the odd sound of her feet, and she brought you back some glasses of, cups of water, if you wish them. And I don't know if you asked her anything else or want to do anything else while you're waiting.
I'm just watching to make sure Zig doesn't wander off.
I have a very quizzical look on my face because I heard. Are you riding a pony? Is this a place where they teach people to ride ponies under cloaks? Is that what's going on?
Zig. You don't have to answer him.
She kind of looks, scared, but then she kind of looks at your face and realizes maybe what she reads in your face is maybe not, maybe was intended, she thought at first was some sort of horrible insult, was more of maybe an honest question. And she says, "It's all right, ma'am." She sort of pulls up her skirt. You can see, she has you can just see the cloven hooves of feet and like 3 legs of.
I feel horrible for this girl.
So,
Be nice, Zig.
do they have razors in this? Because, I mean, maybe it's just that Fairwind Islands, but they have women shave
Not for this, sir.
the legs.
Nice, Zig.
So what size shoe do you wear? I'm a blacksmith, so if you need new shoes, I can.
I don't need a farrier, sir. It's okay, ma'am. Headmistress Prezara says we're all different in our own way.
Yeah, but I mean,
She sounds very wise. This one is definitely different with his inability to hold in commentary.
I mean, do you have like a tail and like are your girl parts like in the back like a horse? Like how does that work?
She gives you a furrowed look,
what?
and then she, after delivering your water, then she sort of gives you a look and like kind of scurries away, clop, 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 back into the back rooms where she went and got water.
And I look over at Mellison. And I'm like, that's some funny shit. Like wherever she goes, she's half horse. I bet that lady can run fast.
Got my hand on my head shaking.
She's like a small little girl. That just...
Tormenting children. You like tormenting children. Leave the poor kids alone.
So is that a centaur? No, that's not a centaur. What?
They have 4 legs.
Yeah, that's why I said it's not a centaur.
A satyr?
A satyr. Yeah, is that a satyr? Is that what that is? Did somebody fuck a horse and that thing popped out?
In that moment, Headmistress Prezora comes back down with Eldak and Eben.
Thanks.
Yes, Kimmy does have Fae blood within her, and she is descended from the fawn or something, we believe. No one really knows. She was someone that was found and they brought here because they had nowhere else to take her.
I mean, you could just put her out to pasture, right?
She kind of gives a little bit of a smile, catching the pun. We take... Yeah.
I look at her, I'm like, do you take enrollments of people older than children?
I'm just messing with you. I don't care. Everybody's different. I'm a half-orc. I've been made fun of my entire life. Whatever. She just needs to learn how to kick people in the nuts with that hoof. That'll keep it straight.
She should start on you.
Cut 2, Zig is the first person. She kicks in the nuts and it's like, oh, I didn't mean me. I didn't mean me.
Actually,
Oh.
Kimmy is showing great signs of
oh,
incredible
shoot.
sorceress power. I don't think kicking will be her forte.
Sorceress power?
Yes.
Can you tell what a circle does by looking at it?
What? I don't.
Don't worry
She rolled a
about it.
natural 20 on an
Runic-
arcane
Worry
check.
about
You're
Runic
in.
circles that are on the ship.
Oh. No.
Man.
Rule number
Many-
1, kid, concentrate.
Many who have strange entangled bloodlines develop sorceress powers as well and have wild magic within them, so it's not really uncommon.
Are you twisting cherry stems with your tongue?
What? Me?
She's asking me. It's a zip. It's a twist tie. That's
Oh.
oral fixation. Sorry,
Sorry,
I have
I'm sitting
something
here
in my
munching.
hands. I don't.
Forgot I'm on camera. I'm sitting here munching away at snacks.
Sorry, your camera's so zoomed into your face. We miss half the stuff anyway.
Is it?
Only on your stream. Only on Nick's stream.
That's like on the Discord too.
Nah.
The top and bottom of your face.
I guess
is
if
cut
I'm
off.
I guess if I'm over here.
Yeah, it's just you're leaning forward. It's no big deal.
Just stay
You're
right.
closer than everyone else.
Well, my
That's okay.
monitor is like right up against the wall right there, so
I guess I can do that too. I just need to hurt my chest by leaning against my desk.
I guess I could.
You're fine.
Get my D&D shirt on. All right.
Tilt it back up. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
I'm
So,
gonna do this.
are we done here for now?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't move.
So you can hear the door lock, or actually she escorts you out to the gate and then locks the gate behind you as you leave the sodality. And the package has been delivered for
Nick, that is
Freelore.
disturbing. Sorry.
I don't know how I feel about that place. Or her.
It's definitely a bit disturbing.
It got horse
But-
people in there.
At least they
That
have
place is
somewhere
the
to
best place
be.
ever.
I get it. Right? They're different.
At
That
least they
place
have a
is
roof
the
over
best
their heads
place
at the moment.
ever. They have horse wizards, half horse, half people wizards. How can you not love that place? It's like a wizard tower with interesting people in it instead of the dullards that inhabit every other wizard tower on Earth.
Oh god.
And did you hear
So,
those screams?
sure to come
They're obviously
here.
torturing people in there, which makes it even better.
Don't know if it was torturing per se.
What were the screams all about?
There's something going on, apparently, where they've been having like really weird dreams and having very incoherent babbling of languages that they don't even know.
Did one of them take like part of a tapestry?
Yeah.
No clue. But there's something going on, and we know nothing about it. And no one knows anything about it. Not even Prazara.
Something to keep an eye on, I guess. One more thing on our list of craziness. Terrifax.
Also, just happens to follow us wherever we go.
Well, craziness follows wherever we go anyway.
Yeah.
Jerk my head to the side.
No, no.
What time
So I
is
guess
it
we're
of the
going
day?
back. Yeah,
We
what
weren't in there
time?
long.
It's probably still early, relatively, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
weren't
that
in there
couldn't have
long, were
taken
we?
very long. Like the walk there plus being in there.
Hour-ish, DM? Couple of hours.
Yeah, no, that only took like an hour or so. Yeah, it's still, you know, late afternoon probably, and getting to evening.
Did Freelore say how he would know we gave her that?
I don't remember.
Probably
Because
not.
she did not open her package in front of us.
But
She
she
took it
has
and we
it.
left it with her.
We gave her the package. I mean, I didn't really feel like we were gonna find out what was in it anyways. I kind of, to be quite honest, don't want to know what's in it.
Probably a new set of horseshoes.
She wasn't a horse.
Oh, well, what
He
was
doesn't
she?
know that.
God,
So they're not all horse people? I bet it was Rain's.
no.
Her top half was a horse, wasn't it?
No.
She needed
How
a
would
new
that
bit
even?
to
I don't
chomp
even
on.
know how that would work.
BoJack Horseman.
Yeah, BoJack Horseman.
What was she? I can figure out what's in the package if you just tell me
She
what
was
she
a person, just like everyone in that place.
People don't have horse legs.
Are
And
you
I'm-
a person, Zig?
I'm pretty sure the one lady had a tail.
Are
That place
you a
is
person,
awesome.
Zig?
I'm a half orc asshole.
We knew that.
Half orc,
Are you
half
a
asshole.
person? I'd go with more full asshole.
Half
most of
orc,
the
half
time.
human, all asshole.
There you
It's
go.
pretty accurate.
The unbiased nailed it.
So go back to the inn.
Yep. All right.
Guess
So you
so.
return back to the
Still
inn.
pretty early. Yeah, I guess we should check up on Sharkbait anyway. Make sure he's not causing trouble in there with Fen and
Oh
such.
They
God.
haven't come to. Did we bring?
Last thing we
Ramona?
need is Fen mentioning the potential treasure and Sharkbait looking through the inn causing a ruckus.
Something we do not need right now.
You know
Okay.
he for sure could fit in that.
Yeah, so you quickly
goddamn,
return back down the street and back to the inn. What did I just do? Oh, I switched you, but not me. Okay, what's going on?
What is
No, the only thing that's changed that went until you while you were gone was somebody has gone out and there is a small keg propped up on the bar, and Ramona, Grizzly, and Don Tarfen are sharing a cup of ale around it.
Ramona and Grizzly are the same
Or
people.
Sharkbait and Ramona and Dontar.
Thought Ramona was with us.
Was Ramona with you? All right. Then she's
Yeah.
not.
We took her.
Then
with us.
Dontar and Sharkbait are enjoying it together. Sorry, you're right. I forgot you said took her with. I forgot to say anything when she was there.
We didn't want her running off tonight.
I know. I forgot to say anything when she was there.
Yeah, she's super antsy, and we just don't trust her to go alone. be alone because she's gonna go alone, and we don't want that.
Welcome back. There was like a brewery about, I don't know, a few blocks down that way, and I don't know what an inn is without some ale, right? Dontar's kind of like, okay, whatever. Yeah, so I took some of our acquisition today and got a keg that should last us a little while.
Your acquisition.
The ale,
We may want to
ales for
visit
all.
that brewery when we know this place is going to start getting up and running. When I went downstairs, were there like giant barrels or anything like that to store ale?
Downstairs, no.
Or any sort of rack to store them?
Yeah, there was some
Yeah.
places down there. There was some shelves and stuff that were still. They probably need to be repaired somewhat. But there was racks for wine bottles and ale and kegs.
Yeah, I mentioned then that we may actually want to let's get that fixed and then get maybe contact the brewery. See if we can get ale when we do plan on opening this place. We'll also need food. And I don't know how much Fen can do, but we actually may even need other people to help work here. A cook,
Yeah.
barmaids,
Yeah.
etc.
At some point, yeah.
Let's worry about that in the morning once we're sure that we.
All right. So, anything else you're gonna do today, this evening?
No, I don't think
I'm going to
so.
go right here, and I'm going to start drinking.
All right.
Oh, by the
Um,
way, the Bloodhound gang will probably show up at some point. We got to talk to them.
Did they say when?
Lovely.
No, they just said they'd show up. They're. Did I tell you guys about the bear fucker?
No.
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 Several people are upset that we have the deed to this place. Some big, tall bear fucker and the Bloodhound gang both are upset about it. I told them to go fuck themselves.
All of them?
Each other.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sharkbait sort of nods his head, Eldak, to pull you aside as he's explaining all this, but I'll tell you that when Zig's done.
Okay.
I didn't tell the Bloodhound gang to go fuck themselves in that blunt of terms.
But
I
you
told them they're welcome
the
to
other
stop
guy.
by, but well, yeah, the bear fucker can go fuck himself. Some dumbass walking around with bear fur on his armor can go fuck himself. I can tell you the guy was pretty formidable, but whatever. Just more better.
Was he alone? Did he just
No,
show up
he had a
on-
couple of Weasley little bastards that ran away when I stood up.
Did he have any like insignia or anything on?
Yeah, he gave me his name. I don't remember it.
Helpful, Zig. Very helpful.
Trust me, if you see a tall guy wearing armor with bear fur on it, you know it's the bear fucker. Just call him bear fucker, he'll respond. And I haven't even seen his wife, so it might be pig fucker. I don't know.
You are quite the.
Yep. This is just normal stuff now. I just I'm not even phased. I'm not even surprised.
Keeping it real. Now give me some more wine. Did anybody get wood for this fire?
I thought
No.
you did.
Yeah, I did.
Did
I
you get
grab a
wood for the fire?
stool and I walk over and I
Oh.
throw it in the fire.
Oh my
Pretty soon you have a fire roaring from your part of your purchased furniture. I'll get some firewood tomorrow. It's probably cheaper, Donatar Fenn says, and goes back to his cleaning.
These stools were easy. They were cheap.
Oh
This
my
isn't the good
God.
stuff. Good stuff isn't here yet.
How are you gonna tell people to get off your lawn?
Well, my stool is still outside. This was just another one.
You didn't bring it in? Are you sure she's not going to steal your...
No, she's not going to come steal my stool.
Okay, scam.
Man,
I mean,
God
unless
damn it.
Scatman or something. Beep, ba, 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 da, bo. Get it? The pun. The scat is also
Yeah.
known as, and
Yeah.
stool is, and they're both.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's poop. Poop.
Yeah.
I hate you so
Scanlan.
much.
I don't know.
God.
Does Nick know Scanlan? I don't know if Nick knows
No, he doesn't.
Scanlan.
I don't watch Critical Role, so no. Beep, ba, 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 da, bo.
Sorry, I'm trying.
When everybody is done talking to Eldak, I know you said you were pulling Sharkbait was pulling him over to tell him something first.
Yeah, I'm trying to do something quick, boss.
Okay, you'll want to turn up the volume on my stream.
Is it going to be the Scat Man? Why can't I? Oh, I'll roll 20 sometimes. For sure. What the hell? All right. Well, in any event, because roll 20.
You can just mute everyone.
Yeah, no, it's not that. I was trying to upload a little. Actually, it's finally going. So yeah, as Zig is describing these improperly named individuals that he had encounters with, Sharkbait pulls you aside and he kind of lets you know. He has like a small piece of paper and he sort of sketches out. So, we checked over there and he kind of explains to you where they sort of checked and that the shows you some of the markings he found that were like marking the places that were the different groups that they encountered today.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to put it on the page, but it's like being a little bitch. There we go. I didn't do a real good job, but he sketches out like the 3 dagger symbol is sort of like the thieves' cant markings he found that were indicative of the stilettos, which you recognize. The other one is apparently the sign for the Breakwater gang that they saw in the Levy Ward area. So he sort of relays that information that he gathered along with Zig to you and what he knew. So things you heard that he may have explained to you as well, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And knowing that you know the thieves can't and possibly recognize those symbols.
Yeah.
And the markings and so forth. So nothing else tonight? Was that the consensus? Sorry, I was...
No, once Sharkbait is done with Eldak, I go and plop myself over next to him and say, do we need to do some nighttime visitations at the Blue Willow?
Absolutely, Sharkbait says.
I'm not talking to you.
God. I'm sure we're going to need to at some point, but I just don't know when is going to be a good time.
Not tonight.
Well, the nighttime is a good time. Why are you guys going there?
What do you know about the Blue Willow?
I do. I think every sailor in town's heard of it. It's like the most legendary place. I've never actually been there. But if I had 250 gold, I'd be there tonight. Maybe.
Well,
Probably.
you'll have to wait for that. Zig's asleep now.
All right. So you sort of, eventually separate yourself because I don't think you want Shark Bait as part of your conversation.
Negative.
Yeah.
When he goes back to get another ale, you continue your conversation.
Nosy bastard.
Is it total? Well, you walked right up to him when he's talking to him.
No,
Well, that
I
was not my
waiting
fault.
till he left, but
You said I walked right over and plopped down and started talking to him. I'm like, okay.
once Shark
Is it
Bait
rude to
was
eat my
gone,
chips on
once he
stream?
was
I don't know.
done.
Is this terrible etiquette?
No, you're fine.
Because
It
it's like
depends. It's more personal preference.
that's a yes.
Yeah, terrible.
Well, I'm just saying, some people don't, streamers, some people don't care, and
It's
some
Dungeons
streamers do care.
Dragons.
And
How
won't
do you
I'm
not
eat
have
checking
snacks?
I'm checking out from it. I can't.
You're not tuned in.
Can't deal.
I wonder if
Yeah,
anybody watched our stream tonight.
I'm one of the 2 people tuned in.
I wonder if anybody watched our stream.
I would, but it keeps timing out on my phone.
It's fine.
I can't. Seem to
I had
get
a
I've
couple
got
people. A couple people randomly stopped in on mine. I don't know about yours. They
Yeah,
only
well,
stay for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then they bail again.
Okay. The stream is like super far behind because I just saw myself doing horse legs.
Well then.
That
Well,
was like
you
10
can,
minutes ago.
You can restart or refresh it. It'll probably catch up. It's just your stream probably, your browser probably paused or whatever, buffered, and then started again. So it gets out of sync that way. But somebody else that's not doing 5 other things might be.
Yeah.
right
Well,
in
that's
line with
one of
where
the
it's
reasons
at.
I wanted to record it. Look, it might be dropping some frames. I might need to try to optimize it a little bit better. Or just record it.
You should be able to see that in OBS.
All asshole.
I have
He's
dropped
very accurate.
1,443
Yeah,
frames
nailed
since
it.
it started.
That's not that bad.
0.4%.
Okay. So, go ahead and
So
continue.
not
Sorry.
tonight.
This is a big city. It's a little bit different to skulk and stake out a place like that here. It's different with
That's
the stocking.
an easy place to stake out. To
'Cause
walk
it's
in
so
and see
easy
what's
at the
going on.
stalking.
Yeah, but nobody knows us here.
Nobody knows you. I'm bound to run into someone.
Hashtag burn.
This is probably true.
There's the problem. I've been around here a little bit. Things aren't that easy
Okay.
anymore.
They never are.
So I don't know. We're gonna have to bring it up with Evan.
What's Eben doing? What's Eben
Hanging out with
doing
Ramona.
right now? Hanging out with Ramona.
I like that Zig basically would have went to the thing, start a fire, and then went to nap in front of the fire.
Yep.
Basically,
Yeah.
just like
It's like a dog.
Sleep over there.
sleep by the fire, no big deal.
Evan-
Turns
You're
out,
hanging out with Ramona, you said?
stabbed in the side and taken down to 8 hit points sort of takes a lot out of you.
Oh shit, you're right. I forgot. You
were
almost
that
died.
low?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 8 hit points when I started.
You got hit
using
a
the
shit
potion.
ton.
Shit.
That's why I said I
Evan,
immediately
you're-
rushed to him to heal him because he would have looked like shit.
Yeah. More so than usual.
Heyo.
Evan, in your head, I say,
Miss Verse
visit to the
bringing the
Blue
heat.
Willow tonight.
So do you think, since you're talking with Ramona, do you think the people in that place, they were all okay? It was kind of a weird place.
Certainly no place like I've ever been to before, but
I mean,
Like,
you saw that
it
girl, right?
didn't seem.
I mean, obviously.
Which one?
Well,
The
no.
Would I have noticed the walking for Kimberly,
Yeah, that.
or no?
Yeah, I was saying.
But I'm saying,
You
would I
guys
have
all.
seen that because we went upstairs and
Yeah,
stuff?
but maybe not.
Zig from the
But
corner
for the
when he
sake
hears
of
it
it,
goes,
yeah. Well, Zig made, you heard Zig talking about it, so you caught sort of what was being talked about.
Yeah. And then since I did see Niala with the horns and so forth, God damn it. He's dreaming of a unicorn again. Somebody get good with origami. We need to start leaving things by him. A crane.
Evan, in your head, you hear me say, "Nighttime visit to the Blue Willow."
I don't think so now that Zig said we may be having company.
And I
Right
lean
there is
back over
that.
to Eldak, and he says, "Not tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can always turn you invisible. You're probably more responsible, Zig, with that."
Yeah.
All right. Bedtime then. I'm going to take myself up to one of the rooms upstairs.
yeah, go sleep on
Okay.
a cold floor upstairs.
Well,
Hey, you're sleeping on the warm floor down here, taking up all the space.
you guys make yourself comfortable and get a good night's
I
rest
was
at
gonna
the
say, you get cozy up next to him, Mrs. Verse, and I laugh.
Bite me, Evan.
No thanks. You're a Verse. You might have something.
Oh God.
I like it. I like the
Oh.
I can't. I should have wasn't watching the cameras, but it sounds so pained. Oh.
Yeah, no. I'm
Okay,
gonna take
so
myself up to-
you get a good night's rest, full rest.
I'm kind of keeping an eye out just because they said these people might show up here.
Okay. But nobody
So,
arrives
I'm not
during the
really
night.
resting, just
Okay.
kind of listing out just in case.
Okay. There's no disturbance though during the night.
Okay.
Morning comes and you can hear the sounds of the people in the streets. And it's morning and the streets are active again.
I'm gonna go sit on my stool.
After I come back downstairs, this would be the morning with the barrister.
Yeah.
Did he say did he say he would show up here, or do we need to go to him?
No, I thought we said we were going to him.
That's fine.
Yeah, because the auction was
We're gonna
supposed
have
to
some
be at
other-
that. The auction was said to be going to be held at that address, at his office.
There's gonna
Did
be
he give
people
us a
waiting
time?
for us.
Did it say a time on that
Yeah,
paper?
it's sometime in like mid morning. You still have
10
a few
a.m..
hours. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
But we should go before that.
Zig is
Stick
now
my head
sitting.
outside
Zig
to
is
Zig
already
and-
out front.
He is. I stick my head out front, Zig, and say, "Aren't we the barristers this morning to make sure that he does what he's supposed to?"
Yeah. I didn't plan on killing somebody today, but if he tries to screw us over, I think he'll
That's
be
reasonable.
I think he'll be easier than those three guys in the alley.
Probably. Is Ramona awake yet?
Oh yeah. Well, everyone's sort of waking
I'm-
up.
I also asked Zig about it. It's like, did they know you came from here? By
Did who
chance?
know? Who
The three guys you
the
took
stilettos
care
or the
of?
bear or the bloodhound
The
gang?
stilettos. Your
Um,
friends didn't show up last night, by the way.
no, they weren't gonna show up last night. They'll
You're pushed to talking.
yeah. Can you not hear
I
it?
couldn't hear you. No, sorry.
You like cut off at that last bit.
No. They aren't gonna stealth in or anything. They'll knock on the door and say hi. But I don't know. Sharkbait and I were walking all over alleys looking at symbols and shit. So they could have followed us from. They probably didn't follow us from here. But I'm a 6'8" half orc and full plate. So, they've probably seen me out front. If
We
they
may
want
want
to
to think about getting
if they want to
security
come
then when we
die,
decide to open
they
this
can
place
come
up too
die.
then.
So I go over to Ramona and I say, "We have business this morning. Keep Sharkbait under control and keep a watch out here to make sure nobody comes around who's not supposed to be for now, please."
Who are you asking that?
Ramona.
Sure, it'll be fine.
I tell Eben if we're
Anything
still
else you want me to
talking.
do? I'm just thinking
Yeah, I'm still
I'll go
out
get some
by you.
firewood so we don't burn all the new tables. Something. Anything else we need around here?
Firewood
Maybe some
and
food?
just some.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say ask
For-
Sven if he knows where
I
or
can
where he
figure
maybe
it out.
used to get stuff.
There's a little restaurant shop just around the corner that we got food from a few days ago.
Okay, we'll figure something out.
But keep an eye out here while we go deal with making sure this place
I'll
officially becomes
I'll
ours.
see what we can do. Keep busy.
Keep the door.
When Day
locked
wakes up,
when
he
you
can
get
help.
back.
Okay.
Good. Keep the doors locked.
So the Breakwater gang knows that I came from here and I'm the purported owner, obviously. Bearfucker came up to me while I sat on my stoop here, so he knows that I'm here. So basically, everybody that has an issue with us being here knows we're here.
That we know
Obviously. Or else they wouldn't have an issue with us being here if they didn't know we were here. So obviously they know we were here, or else they wouldn't have an issue with us being here.
I think that's rotting
Solid.
your brain out, Zig. All right.
I agree
Let's
with
go
your
see the
logic.
barrister.
Logic.
It's there. Thumbs up. I'm gonna keep my face covered as much as possible while walking in the streets,
Okay.
especially during the day.
Okay.
I whisper in Eldak's head, "Do you need an invisibility?"
No.
Okay. Give me some sort of signal if you do.
You know what would be good? You guys all walk into the barrister's office, and I come in too, but I'm invisible, and he doesn't know I'm there. And then
It's
if he
not
tries
happening.
something, didn't even let me finish.
Yeah, you can stop it invisible. It's not happening today.
You also kind of need to be there because your name's on the deed as well. So there's that.
Yeah, but my family member is going to be there.
You've done this to yourself.
You fucked up.
Yeah.
You
So I
fucked
did.
up.
You get all the glory that goes along with the name Versk.
Congratulations, you just played
It's
yourself.
such wonderful glory. It is,
I do.
however, useful.
I do what I can to spread the name. Okay.
The
to
only way you're
barrister's
going to
office.
spread the name.
All right. So
All
you're
right,
off
let's
to
go.
the barrister's office.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily if we're like super early.
No,
But
it's
I figure we maybe
took
want to
care of some
be a
stuff. Yeah.
little earlier than whenever the time said.
Oh,
Well, we want
if
to
we're
be there
super
when it
early.
opens. We want to be there when it opens.
All right. When you get there and you are a bit early, you go in the open front door where there's several smaller offices and shops inside the larger building, and down the hallway into his office, and the door is open.
I'm keeping an eye out specifically for the guy he said was wearing like a bear pelt of some sort and armor.
Well, in fact,
If I
when
see him, I'll point at him and say, "That's the bear fucker."
you have your chance straight away, as when you enter the building. Um, Man, did I write? I feel like sometimes I feel like I take all these notes and I can never find them. Oh yeah, and Darlena, the
Harrison.
woman with short red hair and a cap, is sitting in there behind the desk. She's standing up and shuffling some papers, and there's a number of individuals seated inside already. On your left, as you come in the door, is Blacksteed there with his several attendants. He's seated in like a waiting chair, and in addition to Harrison Blacksteed, on the right is a man that, well, actually, you've never seen any of these groups, I
Nope.
guess, except for Zig. Now I think about it. So Harrison Blacksteed, the person that Zig is referring to, is Bearfucker. You guess it's him. He's a large, very strong-looking individual, just slightly aging, a little bit of gray salt and pepper in his beard and hair, kind of back behind, like going back in his ears. He's kept a sort of well-to-do, groomed goatee and outfit. He's got a half plate, like a plate breastplate on, and it's got fur-rimmed like cloak, like bear fur-rimmed cloak, like around his shoulders. He's got several sort of meek-looking servant attendants, this like sort of plain, dour-faced individuals attending him. On the right is another two individuals. There is short, sort of wavy brown hair, uh, kind of good-looking young man with another goatee, sort of in the style of the city. Um, and with him, a woman who you recognize from description, with long dark hair and piercing blue eyes and slightly pointed ears. Um,
I smack bear fucker on the back and I say, "Nice to see you, bear fucker."
he kind of lets out a grunt. Well,
You come to see that.
Yes, yeah.
Come to
Today's
see
the
that
day.
I own the
Today's
building?
the day, Versk. We see. Get out here, you squeaky, whatever, shouts for the barrister to come out
Well
from the
done.
back.
Very intimidating. I like your style, bear fucker. That was a good job.
Darlene, they're all here. Everyone's here now, and
You almost kept that insult straight enough to get out for them to pay attention to you. Well done.
Hardin, Tara Green.
How's it going, Bloodhound Gang?
The
Hank, Trix, Clinton, Cliven. Sorry.
he kind of leans in a little closer. It's like, you don't need to shout that we're part of a criminal organization.
I figured everybody knew that.
As he comes out, then
I thought you were in a guild. All these guilds are criminal organizations. Right, bearfucker?
goddamn guilds for everything around here. So what is it, Hardin, Terry? What is it? Have you come to a conclusion on this so-called deed? And the barrister comes out from the back, and he's got his little like reading glasses on and everything, and his long hair and a ponytail, trim goatee. Well, I suppose we may as well begin, since the majority of the parties are all here. We have indeed, and he shuffles some papers, gotten the results back for the diviners of the city. You can see the signed seal of the Order of Magus, and he kind of like briefly sort of turns it and sort of displays it. Um, Kelvin sort of leans like he's maybe going to go inspect it. Then when he turns it around, he sort of stops, and it has been determined that this deed is in fact authentic, and Zig and Melusine Versk, along with Eldak Fletcher and
I
Ebenval,
hate
are now the registered owners of the Nine Pines Inn. Duties due on the, and he goes on to list some other things. There is taxes that will be due at some point, and so forth. But he basically announces that you are the registered owner. Both the other groups seem
perturbed.
not perturbed, but not completely surprised, at the outcome. But they came to see it through anyway. And sort of, so we'll, if you guys, if you, Mr. Versk, Mr. and Mrs. Versk, if you would stay, and we'll arrange the
No,
final paperwork.
hold on. Whoa.
We're not married.
As on his way out, Harrison Blacksteed passes by when he says, well then, congratulations. And I can't remember what my own thing said.
Just think, Blacksteed.
He says,
if you would have spent more time killing witches and less time fucking bears, you probably could have found this deed.
Well, witches not my specialty. Come by the Wild Kraken over in Barrel's End for a drink tonight, if you wish. Well,
Totally doesn't
we have
sound
a couple
like a
of
setup.
couple items of business. Perhaps something still good can come of this for both of us. Congratulations. And he leaves.
As this little lackey walks by, I act like I'm gonna punch him just to make him flinch.
You could hear a loud.
Basically,
you could hear a loud laugh come from Harrison Blacksteed as he leaves after that.
The quintessential asshole move, bully asshole move.
Right. Harrison seemed to think that was funny.
Doesn't surprise me.
Cliven and his half elf partner there sort of leave after him.
Say, tricks, Clive. I told you guys I had it.
Yeah. Figure we come.
Is that your girlfriend?
She doesn't look familiar to me.
No, I don't think so. Except from Zig's description.
Okay.
My
like
girlfriend?
Nothing rings a bell now that I see her in person.
The one you've been looking for the last couple of
Okay.
days.
Yeah, I already found her.
No.
You're a little slow.
Most of the people you know that said they were part of the Stilettos that you sort of ran with and did a little bit of mischief, most of them are dead. Ended up in an alley somewhere.
I'm calling her
some body parts removed.
Trick because that's her name, I'm not just referring to like what a prostitute does on the weekend and turns tricks. It's just her name is Tricks. So I know that might be confusing because I do, mostly refer to people by.
This is a family stream. It's okay. He's not being that way.
Oh no. My stream specifically makes you click that it is not a family stream.
This stream is for mature audiences only. Click this button.
Well, we still have a few things to talk about, I think. Both our interests, given where you're located. Bye
whenever.
And they leave as well. You stay and work out the details with the barrister. there is at some point, basically, taxes due every year, and so forth, and they will, like, in a year's time have to collect taxes. Um, he explains to you that there's no official guild for being um, an inn. There's no
An
inn
owner.
guild. There are various merchant guilds, and it would behoove you to probably get in good with somebody from like a brewers league. There are also um, guilds related to opening of businesses and so forth, that you could possibly be a part of. But other than that, there's no official obligation or whatever besides paying the taxes and the fees you paid him. He filed the paperwork, sort of with the city, so you're like registered.
An honest barrister.
I
Fancy
shake his
that.
hand and thank him.
Yep. Well, and congratulations. It'll be good to see some life on that corner again. That's a prime location. In fact, you guys are quite fortunate. That's
Uh,
No, all we had to do was kill a witch.
I elbow
it's
Elder.
prime
So-
location.
all right.
All right. Well,
You are the
So
proud
You have
owners
to
of
be more trouble than it's worth.
an inn.
Yay.
I loop my arm through Eldex as we're walking past. You look very thrilled. Is there more to this than you said last night? You can always share with family.
No. Yes. Maybe. It's complicated. It's complicated.
Because I'm slouching my camera.
Here if you want to talk.
Need a better chair. Need a gaming chair.
I just keep walking.
You need a chair with a
Be
back.
back. Yeah.
you don't have a back on your chair? The hell kind of chair do you have?
No, he doesn't have a back on.
The fuck is you just sitting on a stool that rotates?
Apparently.
It's a
He's on
broken
a medicine
chair
ball.
from
Probably-
like eight.
It's
He-
probably a computer chair that
He's
the
on a
back is
medicine
broken
ball.
off of. It probably was held on to by like the arms, like mine set up, and I've had chairs in the past set up, and then the arms break and the back falls off, and you just left with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically. It's the seat to the computer chair. That's it.
Yeah, the last one I had snapped on me in the living room, and my wife got a very large laugh out of the fact that I went tumbling backwards.
That's right.
Not that I blame her.
Yeah, I guess we're still in the barrister's office, right?
I think
I
we
would say
just
for the
walked
most
out.
part, because he had
So,
to explain to us all this shit. But I don't know.
I think he just explained it all. We started walking out.
Yeah,
If you understood that.
Yep.
I did. I speak yawn. It's fine. I'm fluent.
Fluent and yawn.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's good to get it off your chest. Tell us what you want, though.
Well, not here, but at some point.
I'm whispering. We can't be heard.
Oh, well. It's a very slow conversation.
As we're walking back through the streets.
Yeah.
Well, one thing dealt with.
Yeah.
You can see my belt back there. Hanging out the door.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
So we're leaving the barristers now, yeah?
Yep.
Yep.
And what else?
All right, I'm putting my
Up to
hood
you.
back
What do
up.
you want to do next?
Go kill some stilettos.
I'm
all for that.
For them just yet.
Granted. probably not a good idea going for a whole Thieves Guild. Probably
Alright.
not a good idea. Just throwing it out there.
Well, let's go to wherever the bear fucker said to go to for a drink. It's what,
Said
like
to go tonight
9
and
a.m.?
Wildcraft.
He's just clearly waiting there all day for you.
You don't want to kill the stilettos. You don't want to go get a drink.
It's not that I don't want
Fine.
to kill the stilettos.
Let's go back to the inn and let's make the old fucker buy everything that he ruined and get it back and semi-operational. Maybe we
Did
can check on our...
Blacksteed
You've
say a
already
time he
started on
wanted
that.
to go? He
I
wanted
thought he
Zig
said
to go to the
evening.
bar?
I thought he said evening, didn't he?
Yeah,
Wait, he
did.
said that, but
Hans.
he
It
did,
was
but yeah.
evening. There.
So we'd just be waiting there. It's still early.
I
I
can
think
think
my
of
thing
things to
just
do in the
stopped
bar.
streaming for some reason.
It happens every now and again. It's usually like a network blip. You know it'd be good? You guys all walk into the barrister's office, and I
Just
come in
saw
too,
your
but I'm
little-
invisible, and he doesn't know I'm
Congratulations. Played
And if he
yourself.
tries something... Didn't even
It's
let me
very
finish.
true.
Yeah, you can stop it in
Man, this will totally annoy him.
Yeah.
Man, this is really annoying to me.
You also kind of need
Yeah,
to be there because
Damn
your name's
it.
on the deed as
God
well.
damn it. Why the
So,
fuck did I use
You're
that?
done.
There's that.
Yeah, but my family...
It's only kind of useful though. It has been useful. As I would have had a clue what last name to use with the other girl.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's pretty important.
So it's had
Or,
some
you know,
use.
he could just made things up.
It's still had a lot of, you know.
We back at the inn?
Yeah, we're back at the end by now. We've walked to the end.
Yeah. Sorry, I was fiddling with the stream. I don't know why it's not working anymore.
I was a
No
part, and for whoever wants to listen, but I'm talking to Mellison currently because that's just who I was walking with.
Well, are you talking to her like secretively?
No,
or
not in particular.
Because then I'd be listening. If you were trying to be
No, not in particular.
whatchamacallit, then I would probably.
He
Normal
brought it up
conversation level.
while we were walking, so I was just mentioning it when we got back.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah,
was
but she said she was talking to you like in your head, so we wouldn't have heard.
No. I was whispering quietly with him.
I thought you meant whisper like in your whisper
Gotcha.
straight to a person. That's why.
Yeah, I was a part of a small thieves group. Our quote-unquote leader said he was a part of the stilettos. My group died. Stilettos killed them. So
Our
I
quote-unquote
don't know if they're
leader,
looking for me per se. I just
said
kind
he
of
was
left.
a part of the stilettos.
I'm alive.
How long
So
ago? Well, we're
Um,
glad you're alive. How long ago was
Yeah, they're a bunch of pussies anyway. You got nothing to worry about.
is there a time frame, Hans, that I know about how long
it's
this
been
is?
about, well, I don't know, a year, probably a little over a year, because you left there, took a ship down to the Fairwind Isles, and
Yeah.
convinced them you were an experienced sailor on.
Yeah.
I can't even remember the name of the ship now.
The
Whatever.
fucking
Pelican Prize?
Our
There
Pelican
we go.
Prize, yes. And then, did spend some time there until you met the group. So
Yeah. Don't know if they're one for
you're not sure if you were known by them particularly. I mean, obviously it was at the moment it was dangerous, but
Yeah.
you didn't particularly make specific enemies with them that they were
Yeah.
knew your face and knew who you were particularly. It was They're a particularly.
I figure my character just assumes that they probably knew that I was a part of that group, who my leader was faking that they were with. He was with the Stilettos, so
Right.
the Stilettos are trying to kill off everyone in that group. That's my character's assumption.
Yeah, they're a very brutal gang. There's a number of different thieves groups in the city, in different areas, and and so forth. But they were like a particularly brutal one, specializing more in strong arming and robbery and intimidation. And yeah, I mean, they basically, if you're operating in their area unlicensed, or in this case, even in addition, claiming to be part of them when they weren't, paying their cut to them or whatever. You're not sure the details that happened, but they're very bad enemies to have, and you didn't want to get caught up in that at all.
Yeah.
But you don't have a reason to think that they're like, carrying pictures of you around waiting for your return. You didn't really do anything except run with these guys, so they wouldn't remember you,
Yeah.
would they?
I figure just me as a
I
person, as a whole. It's just paranoid.
when we walk in, I yell at the old guy behind the bar, whatever his name is, I forget.
Dontar.
Or yeah, and shark bait. Say shark bait. Go with Dontar. Dontar, start the procurement process to restock the kitchen
Okay.
and bar.
Okay.
You used to run this place competently. Try to remember how to do it again.
Okay. The three of them, Ramona as well, unless you're taking Ramona with you somewhere.
She can go
Okay.
with them. That's fine.
Yeah, they leave, or are you staying there, or should they lock it behind them? They'll take the other key and lock the door behind them, unless you're staying there. and
We're
leave.
staying here. We're staying here until we figure out what the hell we're doing. So
Okay.
I just sent them out. So
Okay. So you're just kicking around the relaxing and waiting for later in the day? Is that what I'm hearing?
it's all my plans right now.
I want to go wander somewhere. I might find a library.
Okay.
Because I want to see if I can find some information on Cheryl's condition, perhaps. So I want to see if I can find a library
Okay.
that I might be able to.
Didn't we see a library when we went
Well, that's
towards
what I wasn't
the
sure of.
cleric
I know
place?
There was a bookstore. I don't know that it would be. I mean, you're looking for like more of a place of study.
Yeah.
You saw some in Tetrad Hill. There was, I believe, some. I mentioned there was some.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when we went to see the cleric.
Oh,
and
we said
stuff.
to the cleric. Yes, I thought you meant when you were in the Lantern Grove, and I mentioned there was a bookstore.
No.
When you were asking about businesses. Yes, you did see several. There was besides temples, there was some other places that were guild houses, and also some that were not necessarily like like a mage's guild, but there was places of study that had all kinds of different collections of works. So you going to head up there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have stuff they want to do, or?
None particular.
I'm trying to figure out if I want to go to the bookstore with her. I
Yes,
will.
you do.
I'll go with Mel. Well, now I'm going to the other bookstore by myself, one man. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys returned to Tetrad Hill, or were you going to the other one? The bookstore?
Tetrad. Since you said there was a bookstore and a library like in that location, so if anything, for me anyway, I could potentially jump to either or.
Okay. Uh, so you return there. It takes a little while because all the way across the town, traveling through the streets, and you make it finally into the Tetran Hill district, where you pass by some of the temples and things you've seen before, and to the place you found there is a large library structure that is like multi-story, and it's called the Seminary of the Lower Expanse. Um, uh, you approach it, and it's got large sort of marble work outside, and stairs come to the front of it. Um, Opening the door to come inside, there's sort of a high counter that sort of blocks access to the back areas. But you can see bookshelves going back and stairways going up to more floors, and a man in a sort of plain-looking sort of robe and uh, almost like a bowl cut sort of haircut, like a young monk or something, sort of looking, um, is behind the counter and sort of peers at you, like kind of looking you guys up and down with a little bit of a, yes, may I help you?
Yes, I'd like to do some research.
I see. And from what organization are you with?
We're not.
I see.
Do we need library cards? Is that what
Read
this is?
library card. Well, in fact, no. Uh, well, private research is allowed, but you must be a registered scribe to go in and go through the records. We can provide one for you, and basically we can provide a scribe to research, for a fee, things you might need to look in the archives for.
How much does it cost for a scribe?
It depends on I mean, there's a lot of knowledge and a lot of topics. It's generally speaking about 20 gold pieces for a day of research. So it depends on the scope of your inquiry.
All right, I look at Eben. Suppose we need a scribe.
Depends on what you want. Give him the specifics, and maybe he'll give you a better idea of what the cost will be.
I am looking histories on lineages that are scaled. That's rather vague to start with, but
Lineages and races.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
He's sort of taking some notes.
Feel free to add on, Eben. What else are we looking for? Hi, yes, my pen.
To be fair, I came here for a different reason.
That's fine. You can have a different reason, but you're standing here next to me.
Just
Trying to think of
races that are scaled. It's quite a wide topic.
It
more
is.
like
I
bloodlines that are more rare.
Ask about horse people.
Suddenly,
Yeah,
Zig
no,
opens the door of the library. I would like to learn of horse people.
rarer bloodlines that come out late in life.
Okay.
Genetic
Sort of
mutations.
I was gonna say, if I knew more about tieflings, I would maybe say tiefling, similar to the way tieflings work, but I don't think Eben knows how that works. So
Mel certainly doesn't.
basically, like dormant genes that potentially pop up in people's lineage.
Okay. Okay. Well, we can put a scribe to this, and have him collect a day's worth of research, and then decide if you want to do more. I suppose, or is that, or do you want to set him to
Should
work for a
hopefully.
longer treatise?
No. Let's start with a day, and then I might have more a better idea of where to go, what I'm looking for once I
Okay. You
see
give him
something. It's a
20
very
gold.
vague thought at the moment. Yes,
Okay. You give him 20 gold. And he
I
says
do.
that, do you want the research sent somewhere?
Um,
I say we
I'll
pick
come
it up.
collect it. I'll come
Yeah.
collect it tomorrow.
Okay.
About this, somewhere tomorrow during this time frame.
All right.
I asked him about what are some of just a general inquiry of like what are some of the more popular languages in Terrafax that someone should maybe know.
Oh, uh, you can hear almost any language spoken here. In fact, probably some languages that aren't even spoken anywhere else. Obviously, Elven, well, Common, of course. Number of dialects of Ancient Common, um, from people around the Expanse, may still be spoken here, or at least known by scholars, um, as well as variants of humanoid general things, Undercommon, basically, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, a number of just the races of man, so to speak, that you would dwarvish, uh, halfling. Halfling's a language, isn't it? Halfling, you know, gnomish, uh, all of your elvish. If I didn't say that already, I can't remember. All your general races, and various
Okay.
dialects. Orcish, a number of other, humanoids, goblins. Um, you can find spoken throughout. Now, most of that is more rare, but there are scholars, of course, everything of of even you will find rarely, but even the more obscure planar languages, infernal, abyssal, primordial, celestial.
Would there be, other than here, would there be a good place to potentially purchase books of that sort
Oh yeah, we generally
to
do
learn
not
on
sell
one's
books here,
own
but yes,
time?
if you're
Well,
looking
that's why
for
I was asking if he would
yeah,
know. A
if
place
you're
that would
looking
maybe
for
hold a decent amount of actual sort of, books, language books versus going to the library and getting a scribe to without having, since I don't have a way to just
yes,
sort of be here and study.
if you are looking for books on languages, as well as a great set of histories and other things of that ilk, you should probably visit the Apex Archive. It is uh, it is in the Tetrad district. It just sort of describes down, sort of near the edge of the district, kind of where you entered, vaguely
Okay,
down there. And they apparently specialize in language and histories.
gotcha.
Could you tell me if there's a large Valzagaran population here?
There is, um, yes, there are a number, both. humans of backgrounds from all across the expanse. I gotta look something up real quick. Um,
I'm doing some art while you guys are looking for books.
Word.
I think you know, brother.
We'll see what he knows.
Yep.
Well, there are quite a few of that lineage that 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 do dwell within the city. People that trace their histories all the way back to before the Doom War and from the Twin Vales and all of many of those areas. Though I think there are still Valzengaran um, troops that do not live within the city but still travel independent. Um, and from what he's referring to is there's there's 8 main families that are still sort of the
Right.
true bloodlines, but there are another of other people that Valzengaran in their dialect refer to as the Marginat. They're basically, from Valzengaran perspective, from the perspective of the 8 families, they're sort of outcasts. They're people who don't really trace back, either married out or are just sort of blood only lines, but don't necessarily trace their heritage. Though within the city, you will find people such as that they'd be happy to say, "Oh yeah, I'm Valzengaran," but they're like, "Yeah, like I'm Irish." You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, technically you
Yeah.
are, but so it kind of depends on what your perspective is. So him saying there's a lot of people, they're probably mostly Marginat.
Okay.
So you
Before
have
we
met
leave
at
as
least
well,
one
I
person
also
you've met at least one person that at least claimed to have a
Which is why I'm
family.
asking. You're supposed to be in bed.
yeah.
Whoops. You're right, I am.
Okay.
There's someone peeking around the corner.
Probably obsessed
Meant
because
to
there's
be
the
with you.
stream and the cameras or whatever.
I also asked him if he knows where a map maker is, because I'd like to potentially purchase a map to sort of have a better idea of this
Okay.
artifact, this area.
The Apex Archive should probably have maps of the area as well.
All right. I thank him for his time, and then I start
Okay.
heading out. Unless Mel,
Right.
do you have
Nope,
anything
I'm
else
good.
you wish?
I'll head out with you.
Okay.
Should we call it there?
Yeah, probably. Did you want to stop at the bookstore and get what kind of
I
books were you
was,
looking
but
for?
I didn't know.
Well, we'll go ahead and think about
Uh,
what books you're looking for, and then you can let me know, and I'll tell you if you
All right.
find them. And
Nick looks like he's falling asleep.
it is midnight. I can't find a good cliffhanger for us to end
Falling
on.
asleep?
So,
No.
um,
I mean, I will go to sleep right after we're done. But I'm not falling asleep here. I'm just reading shit on my phone.
Gotcha.
well, we can call it there and pick up next week.
Or like in the middle of the week.
Alrighty.
Where's
or,
my XP?
or like in the middle of the week. Where's my XP? My XP.
Yo, wait, I thought I bled that all out, didn't I?
Let's see. We have an XP. Let's see. All right. What do we got?